Welcome to Bluff City. Flickering neon reflecting off the waves. Slot machine ring. Boardwalk hustle. Booming laughs from the corner spot. Bluff City, home of the lucky, and their poor families too. A revving engine, the sounding of a harbor bell, a familiar wind, a gunshot round the way, the din of the casino floor, a bad plan misheard, America's favorite fling, Bluff City, the light of a cigarette, the shape of a body or two, the red and blues of a patrol car, and money, man, money. They say there's 1,000 highways you can take to reach this town, but there ain't no train to Bluff City. One of them towns where there's a tale behind every hand of cards, a lie for every truth, a side gig for every payday. How do you start a story like Bluff City's? Like this, man. With a bowling alley, a boxer, and a bird. Welcome to Friends at the Table, an actual play podcast focused on critical world building, smart characterization, and fun interaction between good friends. I am your host, Austin Walker. Joining me today, Andy Clare.
Hi, I'm Andy Clare. You can find me on Twitter at Captain Trash, and very recently I've just joined the team over at videogamechoochoo.com, where I'm a video producer, so hopefully I'll have something up by the time this episode goes live.
Nice.
If not, stay tuned.
Janine Hawkins.
I'm Janine Hawkins. I'm at Bleating Heart on Twitter, and I'm a freelance writer. I do stuff for Polygon and Waypoint and various outlets.
Andrew Lee Swan.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Swandre3000.
And Jack DeKeat.
Hi, you can find me on Twitter at NotQuiteReal, or buy any of the music featured on the show, including the music for this episode, at notquitereal.bandcamp.com.
Hey Jack, what's that sound like?
Oh, I sat down and I played 45 minutes of piano. I played 45 minutes of blues earlier, so maybe something like that.
Okay, that's good. Who knows, because we haven't played this yet at all. This is our first game of Bluff City. So first and foremost, I just want to shout out our patrons over on patreon.com/friends_table or friendsathetable.cash, who are supporting this and who are making this possible. This was one of our early stretch goals. This was a big deal for us. We really wanted to do this game. So thank you so much for making that possible, because we are super stoked to play it. This is the first episode of Bluff City. If you are hearing this and it is a surprise because, I don't know, we didn't pitch it well enough, Bluff City is a kind of a bonus campaign that is going to slowly bring together a vision of a fictional mid-Atlantic city based on Atlantic City that we will see from different perspectives. So today we're going to be playing Fiasco by Jason Morningstar, but that doesn't mean we're going to just play a bunch of Fiasco games. We'll also play some other games. We'll play games where we can play wrestlers, and we can play detectives, and we can play, supernatural teenagers, and all sorts of other stuff, all taking place in the same setting, and slowly kind of get an idea about what this place is like for different types of people, and kind of everything from what's going on at high noon to what's going on at the middle of the night. That's kind of the quick pitch, and we decided to start by playing Fiasco because it's a game I like a lot and have never played on Friends at the Table, and it's a game that I think lends itself well to the sort of dark comedy that I see as kind of key to this setting in general. Fiasco is a game by Jason Morningstar again, and it is pretty clearly influenced by the films of people like the Coen brothers, stuff like Fargo, obviously, Burn After Reading, movies like A Simple Plan, which is not a Coen brothers movie, I just think it is every time I think about it. All sorts of other stuff like that. It kind of crime capers in which everyday people get in over their heads, and then things kind of fall apart, right? I would even say maybe movies like The Nice Guys fit into this. Is that fair to say, Jack? I guess you haven't played Fiasco yet, right?
I think I think they fit into that thing, though, of someone going, oh, no, oh, dear.
Yes, totally. So yeah, Shane Black movies, neo-noir in general, can definitely fit into this, especially the sort of neo-noir that is about kind of dark comedy, things falling apart just so. But Fiasco is also by default kind of settingless, and instead of kind of having like, here is the setting for Fiasco, you play by choosing a playbook or a playset and then rolling some dice at the top to build out your characters and their relationships to each other and then the details of those relationships. For this game, we are using a hack of a thing called Double Down, which is apparently made by ukroleplayers.com, which, now that I look at the name, explains why one of the details refers to the boot of a car.
Yeah, that's the bit of the car where we put all our shoes.
Okay, I see. Gotcha.
It's also at the back.
So it's based on Atlantic City, or it's based on a British person's idea of Atlantic City via movies, none of which take place in Atlantic City, now that I look at them, which is telling in retrospect. But it gets you most of the way there. And then we also are using a couple of details from another playset called... what was it called? I thought I wrote it down. Oh, Bad Habits by Nick Wedig, who is another person who designs playsets for Fiasco. So, to start this game, we have 5 players, and we have no idea what our characters are. And on our table, for people looking, or kind of who can't see because you're listening and not watching, and to be clear, there's no way to watch this. We don't have like a Patreon tier where you could be watching us do Fiasco live, and just to be 100% clear. We are looking at 5 index cards, 5 nameplates, and 20 dice, 10 white dice, 10 black dice. To start off, we roll those dice, and I want to shout out also the people over on the Roll20 forums for figuring out how the fuck to do this dice roll, because it's not really a traditional dice roll where I'm trying to like add up a bunch of dice. I just kind of need a bunch of numbers. So I'm going to select all these dice. I'm going to right click them, and then I'm going to hit random side. Boom. Just rolled a billion dice. Okay. So who grew up in the smallest town?
Probably not me.
Probably not me.
Probably not me.
It might be me. I grew up in a village, but
okay,
I don't know if I'm cheating because
I
that's,
don't understand how to compare town sizes necessarily.
Population. It's just population, I think.
I don't know the population of my town.
Your town is pretty big, all said, Janine.
A little under 100,000. It's like 80K, I think.
I would bet that your town, Janine, is like a little higher than that, right?
The Louisville Metro is 1.2 million.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I'll
Google this.
Okay. My town is much smaller than that. I guess I'm like, if I count the Atlantic City metro area, then it's a little bit bigger.
I just looked up my population.
What is it?
What's yours again, Dre?
1.2 million for the metro area.
Mine is 2,284.
It's you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of what I thought.
England's different.
It is. That's just your village, right? Like you're from an area, right? Like that would be, if you counted like the nearby city, that would count as more, right?
Right, but the nearby city is like 45 minutes away.
Oh, okay. That doesn't count. Sure.
So it's not really nearby.
So, Jack, I'm just going to read from the book. We've chosen a playset. We've rolled a bunch of dice into the central pile. Now, it is your job to pick to look over the playlist, right, which you should have in front of you, and then, I'm just gonna read right from the book. You do this by looking over the playset lists, and grabbing a die from the central pile with a number that matches an element you're interested in. If it's for a general category, like location out by the interstate, write it on a new index card. If it's filling in a specific element for a general category already on the table, like location out by the interstate, the quick pick, then add that to the card to finish it. Leave a dice that you allocate on top of its card just to keep everything organized. Since there will be one relationship between each pair of players, you can simplify the setup by starting with 2 index cards per player and writing relationship on top of one of them. We are just doing 1 index card, but it says relationship already, basically. So, Jack, if you take a look at all of these dice in the middle, you can then decide, when looking at the playset, what element you are most interested in off the top. And that's the broad one, right? So that's like relationships, work. Work would be what you would have here, or family, or crime, or romance, or friendship, or sports. You know, the 6 relationship types. Work, family, crime, romance, friendship, sports.
You know, it's, yeah. I'm going to pick, I'm going to take a 2 and choose family.
Okay. I guess you don't pick it with who yet, right? That's the next step. I guess it doesn't explicitly say what the order is here. It just says that everybody's going to need a relationship between the person to their left and the person to their right. So that means, Jack, you're going to have a relationship with me and a relationship with Andy. So write down what that 2 represents on your sheet. You should have access to a text tool to just write on top of the thing.
Yeah, okay.
So then next, I think we either go clockwise or counterclockwise. Let's go clockwise. So Andy, you pick a die that relates to a general category you're interested in.
All right.
For the players, for the people listening at home, while people are deciding this stuff, I'm just going to go over the broad ones. So again, relationships, which we already went over. There are also needs. Needs to get rich, to get out, to hide, to get even, to get respect, or to get answers. And then there are locations, sports, again, strip, like the central strip of a city, the outskirts, boardwalk, a casino, which we'll have to name, and residential, and then objects, lucky objects, information, transportation, weapons, odd, valuables.
So I've picked work.
Okay, cool.
As one I'm interested
So you're gonna have you're gonna have a work relationship with either Jack or Janine.
Yep.
Janine, your turn.
Just to be clear, we can pick from any category right now.
Any
or
category.
Are we focusing relationship?
Any category.
Okay.
Yep. So if you want a sports thing, if you want like a boardwalk location detail.
I never want a sports thing in my entire life.
Okay.
I want I'm going to get this 5.
Uh-huh.
And then I want the sour toe odd
Oh,
object.
no, so you can only do odd objects right now. You can't do sour toe. We're picking
Wait, what?
You're picking the broad category.
Okay.
So in this case, you would pick
I'm
odd.
still picking odd objects.
Okay. The reason I bring that up is because that you might not have the number you need to get the sour toe.
Yeah.
In fact, you won't. There are no other 5s on the table.
Well, shit. Well, it's still a good category. Come on.
It is.
Also, since there's no 5s left, no one can have the friendship relationship.
Oh, true.
I think I'm going to take a 1 and give myself a work relationship.
Okay. So 2 work relationships on the table. Interesting.
Also, do I need an extra cue card to write odd objects on?
No. So that'll be one of the details. Okay. So you basically end up with relationships and then details about the relationship. So no character has their own details. Every detail is about a relationship. And we're going to do this until we are out of dice, basically. But also, we just have to make sure that there's a relationship between each pair of neighboring neighboring players. And then a detail to each relationship, at least. And then at least 1 need, 1 location, and 1 object. The last remaining die is wild, also. So actually, maybe the sour toe could come up. If you get the last die, then it could be the sour toe. We'll see. It's my turn. I'm gonna firm up this relationship with Jack. Or I'm going to give it the detail. Jack, you and I'm gonna take one of these 6s. And say that we are family, but we are unrelated, but still family. So we have like a Fast and the Furious style situation going on.
Where did you take that from?
The middle of the pile. It's the number 6 under family, under relationships.
Oh, you can take another one of those because the first category's already been...
Yes, once you've already, cool. So you set up what that family relationship was. Or I guess maybe that's not necessarily true. Maybe I can add... I'm going to actually reread the rules. Oh, yes, it is, because you can pick something for somebody else, too. That's the other thing here, is that you don't have to just pick for your own index cards. So,
dang.
So if someone gets that wild card and really wants Janine to have that sour toe, a thing we're not defining right now...
Look, sometimes you have a toe, and sometimes it goes bad.
I guess. Does it then get good afterwards? Is that basically...
Nope, no redemption for the toe.
Okay. Well, Jack, you and I now are unrelated but family.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jack. There we go.
Now I'm gonna pick. To get rich.
As a need. Good one.
Yeah.
So that which relationship are you assigning it to?
That's you and me.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay.
Should I write that down under relationships?
In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you'll see it in a second. I'm going to make like a thing that's between us, and you can make it there. Do you know what I mean? Cool.
So I think for mine, I'm going to take this 2 to define the work relationship I have with... I'll go with Jack on this one too, just because I think I like this. I like the idea of so this is for we're mechanics at a garage.
Ooh.
And I like the... God, we're making Fast and Furious, I just realized. Shit. I don't even watch those movies. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to pick that one, mechanics at a garage.
Okay.
I was going to pick that, but I can't be mad because it's still in there and it's still good.
Uh-huh. And there's nothing that says that you also can't work at that garage, right? Like,
Yeah,
we kind of get to
I'm just saying.
finesse this stuff once we're done with it. Cool. Janine?
How about a location? We don't have one of those yet. Outskirts, strip, sports. I'm just gonna grab one of these randomly and see what happens.
Okay.
I grabbed 3.
That's fine.
That is the outskirts.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
That actually still that fits in well still, so that's good.
Awesome. Dre?
So since I have a work die, I can then take another die to set up a relationship between Janine and I.
Yep. Or you and me,
Okay.
either one.
Okay. Janine, how do you feel about being in federal law enforcement together? Okay. All right. So Janine and I are federal law enforcement.
Ah,
together.
fuck. Great. Love to have the cops on us already.
Listen,
Uh-huh.
Andy said that we're making Fast and Furious.
You're not family. You're not.
You're not family. It's true.
Personally, I'm making Torque.
Oh,
but-
okay. Yeah, great.
Okay.
Good.
I just want Jack to call me the Buster one time while we're playing this.
Great. I should take another dice, shouldn't I? Fuck. Okay. We have so many 6s. We rolled so many 6s.
This is like the opposite of normal for us.
It is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, of course, the time that doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm gonna take... So, Dre and I still need a relationship. What do we have? We have 4... We have 1, 4, 3, and 6. 1, 3, 4, 6. So it could be work, it could be crime, it could be romance, or it could be sports.
Sports.
Sports
I'm gonna
and
take a
romance.
sports relationship with you.
Austin, remember when I wrote in the Google Doc, like, I like the sports angle. Could we
You
see
did.
more of that?
Here we are. Sports. I'm just gonna write all caps. Hashtag sports.
The fucking Tim and
You got
Eric
one of
song
those-
starts playing.
You got one of those sports relationships.
Okay. Somebody please leave this one so that I can both be a federal law enforcement with Janine and a full-time horse racing jockey with Austin.
Fuck.
That's my favorite romance novel from the 80s.
Okay. It is you, Jack.
Okay. See, I want the bird, but I don't know if the bird is a useful addition to the story at this point.
It's always we need an object. We don't have an object. Oh, we do. We have an odd object. That's true.
I might
how
go for
this
something
goes.
else. Yeah. We can only have one of each? Or it's just better
No,
if
we just
if we...
need to have at least one. We need to have at least one location, one need, and one object. And I think we actually
Okay.
have that now. We just need to. So we'll be fine with 5 players. It's never an issue that you don't have enough of those things.
Fuck it, I'll go for the bird.
So you're just taking. Is that another odd object?
I think so.
Because remember, you can't jump right to bird.
Oh, I thought that because Janine had unlocked...
You could make the object that's between one of her relationships be the bird.
Oh, I see. We have to unlock it for ourselves. Okay,
Yes.
then I think I'm probably gonna I think I'll add a location because I think that has more potential there. I'm gonna add. There's no 5. There's no 5 on the board for a game about a city with a casino in.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's true.
Lots of 6s and lots of 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take a 4 then for the boardwalk, since the thing we know about Bluff City is it's by the sea.
That is true.
And I'll write that down.
So that will be part of your relationship with. I guess it's a location, so you could assign it to either to any.
Yeah, it could be involved with.
But it's a detail, so the details still have to exist to a relationship, and you can't. They're not just like a you relationship or a you detail.
Okay. Do I have to assign that now?
I think once you get the second bit, you can do that.
Okay, yeah.
And in fact, we can always massage again. We can massage those as soon as we're done. We can massage those all the way through to the end, as long as you're not like straight up trading what details you have are.
No, that makes sense.
Andy. What a thing we could use is another need for sure. That's the other thing. Because right now the only need on the table is for me and Jack to get rich.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna get the need to get answers about.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Janine. We still need an Andy Janine relationship too. Is the other thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
God, that friendship, the absence of friendship is it's a tough thing. Huh? I didn't think it would actually be
The crime.
as rough as it may be.
Right now it's crime, romance, or sports.
I think I can maybe actually game this in an interesting way. I'm going to go with sports relationship.
I love it so much. You know what I love? Is I already have a sports tag, so I just draw this here and go sports.
Nice.
We should say that it's the only text in capital letters on screen right now.
What happens if we leave this sports relationship undefined?
I don't think we can. I think we need.
I think you have to define everything.
Yeah, every relationship needs detail. That's one of the rules. So the rules right now are one relationship between each pair of neighboring players, one detail attached to each relationship, at least one need, location, and one object.
Because I was gonna take a need, but I'm wondering if it's now getting down to it to where.
I think we have enough dice to where we would still be able to fill out the relationships.
Okay.
Because it's the thing it is, like, when it comes down to the last 2 dice right now, they would have to be details on the relationships. Like, that's how it would work. Do you know what I mean?
I gotcha. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take the 6 for myself, and I'm going to mark my need as to get answers about something.
Cool. So there's 2...
Do we already have to get answers?
Do we want 2 to get answers?
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
Like, that might not be a bad thing for the feds and also whatever sport. Like, that might be fine. It's a thing to think about.
What other numbers do we have left?
We got...
No 5s.
Yeah. No 5s. We have to get even if you wanted to do another need, and we have to hide.
Actually, yeah,
and we have
to hide.
To get rich. Okay, interesting.
To hide could be interesting as a federal agent.
Listen, man. I need to take a weapon. I'm taking a weapon. Okay. Jack. I think it's around now that we maybe need to start thinking about filling in the details of other relationships and stuff. If we have enough dice, let's see. So what still needs to get filled in? We need to know what you're getting answers about. I guess we need details on the boardwalk, right? Actually, so that's maybe what you should try to fill in here.
Okay. Sorry, Janine, what's your relationship with Andy?
Sports.
Oh, it's just... Oh, I see. It's just currently sports.
We've got the category. We don't have the specific.
Okay, I'm gonna fill in the boardwalk, I think. Let me see where that is. Right. Okay. The thing that I'm taking from the boardwalk is scuba gear rental and diving instruction.
Ooh, interesting. Wait, does that mean that that's the... Wait, who are you? Are you putting that with me or with Andy? I guess so the detail belongs to one of the relationships, right? So...
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm putting that with... What were you going to say, Austin?
No, you go. I'm not a GM here. We're just players.
No, it just sounded like you had a very good idea and I don't have one.
Oh, like maybe that's the sort of mechanics you are? You're scuba mechanics?
Yeah, you are scuba mechanics.
You work on like...
What is a scuba
Well, so you know that they have
mechanic?
those like single-person submarines that
They
you
work
can
at the
take out.
Scuba garage.
Oh, Andy, how do you feel about this?
I love it.
Perfect. Good.
Austin said to us, do you want to make a game set in Atlantic City? Me, I do not expect to be put into one-person submarine immediately. Like, I got right to that.
Yeah.
Scuba and diving instruction.
So that's mechanics at a garage, and then I'll add that to this big thing here, actually, which will say scuba. We have to name that place for sure.
Sure. I mean, it's one of those, it's, one of those scuba garages. I'll think out a name.
Okay.
If anybody wants to give me a deep sea diving hook as a weapon, I'd appreciate it.
That might end up being a detail with me and you for some reason, or with Dre and I. I think. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, it's Andy's turn.
Yeah, I'm just looking over the stuff I gotta define real quick.
I tried to add an arrow to Roll20, and the link is broken. So just as like-free stuff, go to website, win prizes, giveaways, sweepstakes, and more. I'll just copy this other arrow and flip it instead.
It's amazing how our aesthetic goals for this game came through immediately.
So we have... It's these 4 dices here, right?
Yeah, that is it.
Okay. So 2 4s, a 1, and a 6.
So let's see. So we need to figure out details to get answers about. We need to figure out a sports relationship between you and Janine. We need to figure out both what Dre needs to hide and also what his sports relationship is with me. So maybe I might have to give up this weapon to fill in one of these other details, which is fine. In fact, I think a bunch of us might have to like shuffle this stuff because we're just not. We all have too many details and not enough key things. I think. Let's see.
Yeah. I'm not committed to the outskirts. Like, I can toss that back in. Although, does that mean I have to... Is that like trading a turn or like...
No, you'll just change that 3 to something else in like another detail. What's important is that we get...
What's odd object 3?
That's a good question.
Not a sourdough.
Oh, it's the rare bird.
Oh, well, see, that could be okay.
It's all coming up rare bird.
The thing is, we do still need a location. Oh, no, we have a location. We have the boardwalk. Never mind.
The boardwalk.
We're good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, well, it's need to hide, right?
Yeah, wait, whose turn
You can
is
define
it?
other people's stuff, right? It's my turn, but
Yes.
you can define...
Yes. Yeah, you can totally define somebody else's thing.
Is it... Yeah. Sorry, I'm very torn between some things right now. Because there's some really good ones here. Did you guys define needing to get rich yet?
No, that is the... Oh, is that not the... That is just the...
No, that's
base level need, isn't it? You're
That's the
right.
base level.
Oh,
need, right?
yeah.
Well, we don't have a detail on that yet.
Okay, then I'm gonna give you guys... I guess I'd give it to Austin a 4, which is by conning rich tourists out of their life savings.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. To get rich by conning a tourist out of their life savings. Good. Great.
It's a good thing to do in a
Specifically
boardwalk,
rich
especially.
tourists.
Yep.
It's very
Yeah.
good.
What a good game.
Janine.
So I'm going to go ahead and define the sports relationship. We're involved in professional boxing.
Ooh.
That's why I picked sports, because they were 3-4. So I was like, "There's no way I'm not getting the professional boxing."
You gamed it right. You did it right. Good job.
I've officially figured out which character I had floating in my head.
Oh boy. Dre.
Okay, I'm going to define our sports relationship, Austin.
Okay.
And as much as I want us to be full-time horse racing jockeys, I think that we are actually coworkers at the bowling alley.
Oh, are you like undercover?
Oh yeah. No, this is my spot.
Okay. Co-workers at bowling alley.
The local mob bosses have like a weekly bowling game.
Right, I got you.
Shocked what you can hear.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What do you call a bowling? Is it a match? A set?
A game.
It's a set, isn't it?
Bowling off. A bowl off.
Austin, didn't you take a college course in bowl?
I did.
A full set of frames.
Yeah, that's a full set of frames. That sounds right. All right, so you have something to hide. Andy wants answers. I have a weapon. And one of my weapons is a 4, so I can get rid of... Oh, boy. And this last one's wild. Let's take a look at where we're at. Does anybody want to pitch me for this wild card? It can be anything. So I have a 4 basically that I could give up because I don't need a weapon. So again, I have an extra 4 from weapons that I can just delete weapons and put that anywhere else. And then we have this wild card that can be literally anything. Let's go over the details of what the 2 good answers can be and what to hide can be. Needs, and we need one of those 2 because we need at least 2. We should have 2 needs on the table. So to hide is to hide that thing you stole, to hide the truth lest it embarrass your community, to hide from those mobsters, to hide the secret entrance, to hide the body, or to hide Grandpa's war journal, or to get answers about the rampant corruption in City Hall, the body buried in the foundations of the new casino, why the 4 o'clock race is, quote, a sure thing, the keys and to get answers about the keys entitled to a very expensive car that you woke up with in lieu of your old beater, why your accountant just got pulled in by the feds, the thing that happened on the 18th hole that nobody dares talk about.
So to get answers about, I think those last 3 are the more interesting
Especially
ones.
since we have feds already, I kind of like why your accountant just got pulled in by the feds. But also...
And like...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because boxing has such a underworld to it.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that could fit in there.
Oh, okay, wait, let me pitch something. Let me pitch these 2 different answers for these 2 needs. Ready? There's, the 4 could become the secret entrance, right? And the 1, the wild card, could become needs to hide the body buried in the foundations of the new casino, and those 2 things are connected. It's the new entrance to wherever, or it's the hidden entrance to wherever the body is buried in the foundation of the new casino.
It's the way to get in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
I like
that. Who does that? So that goes...
Well, that's if people are cool with that. So that would be to get answers about becomes the body, which this would be this wild card, which is the body buried in the foundations of the new casino. And then this 4 would become to hide the secret entrance.
I'm down with that.
Okay. Yeah,
Dre?
sounds good to
All
me.
right, cool.
So wait, Dre is involved in hiding that secret entrance?
I think maybe, I mean, that depends on wherever Dre's wants to attach that that detail. So like right now the details are Jack, you and I are unrelated but family with the detail need to get rich by conning a tourist out of their life savings. Jack, you and Andy are co-workers as mechanics at a garage with the detail, location, scuba, and diving instruction on the boardwalk. Andy, you and Janine are sports professional boxing relationship, and there's a detail there, and that detail is either Janine's odd object rare bird, or oh no, I just realized something. Or
are you saying that the rare bird might
be the body?
Might be the body?
Oh no!
Needs to.
Oh shit!
That's almost funnier than a live rare bird.
It might.
I mean, if that's
be.
someone important, if that's some like boxing underworld dude's favorite cool rare bird,
exactly,
and someone accidentally killed it. Shit.
Oh no. Yeah, okay, to get answers about the body buried in the foundations of the new casino, so that's that detail. Then Janine and Andrew, you guys are work federal law enforcement, and your detail, it's either your detail or it's my detail with Dre, is to hide the secret entrance. So Dre, I'm gonna leave it to you.
I like that, but I like that with me and Janine.
Okay. Need to hide the secret entrance.
Did we accidentally kill this dude's rare bird?
might have.
Yes, we absolutely did.
Like in a bust or something?
Uh-huh.
And then
We're not good at this, Janine. Is I think a
You're
thing
very
we have to
invested
embrace
in
as federal
your
agents.
bowling career, you know?
Christ. Okay. This is good. Off to a great start. And then this is need to get answers about the buried body in the foundations of the new casino. Is there a name for this new casino? And also odd object, rare bird. Love it.
I feel like the casino in Bluff City has like, it's like basically a word that sounds really fancy and important, but like if you actually looked up the dictionary, it'd be like, this is a horrible name for a casino.
Totally. Well, so I think there's probably like 7 casinos, to be clear. There's like it's a casino city. It's a city that's like built its...
And a bird under every one of them.
Christ.
Oh God! What if we call this casino the Parakeet Lounge because there's a bird?
Good. That's good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'd be...
I'm looking up rare birds right now.
I mean, yeah, what are some rare birds? Hey, internet, rare birds.
Cockatiels?
I heard that word a bunch.
The Andean cock of the rock.
No.
The
Andy.
turquoise-browed mott-mott.
The Mott actually is a pretty good name for a casino.
Because it's French, isn't it? It's French.
What is it?
The
French
Great
name?
Curacao or the Quetzal.
Wait, what's the Mott? How do you spell Mott?
No, I mean that's it's M-O-T, right? And you'd say it was French,
Yeah,
even
I'll
though it
link
probably isn't.
Oh, I see. That's a
I
good
think it's
looking
like a
bird.
fancy
If it was French,
blue
it'd
jay.
be called the Momo.
Look, Janine,
We're in New Jersey now. It's the Mott. All right.
The long
New
wattled
Jersey
umbrella
French,
bird.
yeah.
I linked a picture of it.
what does a mott look like? Let me see.
It's a good looking bird. Has a cool tail.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man,
Got a fancy thing.
that bird.
I
has-
do need to link the Andean cock of the rock because it looks like a Muppet.
I'm excited.
Are you also looking at
Cock
this
of
list
the Rock is a good
15
bar
rare and
name.
beautiful birds?
Yeah,
Yes, I
that's-
am.
of course, yes. The scaly-sided merganser.
I hate this. Where's its mouth?
I
Oh,
Oh, it's so weird.
is
It
it
looks
facing
like
backwards
the
or forwards?
Looney
Oh, that's
Tunes-
fake.
It looks like the big red Looney Tunes monster.
That's not real.
Francis
No,
or
it's not
Precious
fake,
or
Austin.
something?
It's the Andean cock of the rock.
Yeah, fake.
I'm looking it up again. No, it really does look like that.
It's got a... Oh, wow. Oh, boy. I found one with its mouth open, and it's my favorite thing.
The more I look at this, the more it reminds me of this armchair I used to have in a dollhouse when I was little.
It looks like someone did 90% of a bird and then got distracted by like a,
I saw
a
one
whale or something.
with the open mouth.
I think we need to remember we're killing whichever bird we pick.
What is this? This is the cock of the rock?
The Andean cock of the rock.
I hate this. We're not calling... It's apparently...
Again, Cock of the Rock is a good bar name.
It is. That could be the name of the bar. Like, let's write that down for Cock of the Rock as the name of the bar. Maybe it's not. Maybe the name of the casino is like the Aviary or something. Do you know what I mean? Like the aviary, not the Avery. Avery's a name. The aviary or something like that. That way it's like a bird-themed thing. Or like the Gilded Cage or something like that.
I had been thinking the Gilded Cage since we started having this conversation, but I didn't mention it because it feels like a little bit played out. Like, that feels like... The Gilded Cage feels like a fictional casino
Right.
and like a million things.
Okay, what if it's some... Okay, but then think about, like, what if some rich asshole wanted to name a thing, and it's like, fuck the Gilded Cage, I have, like, the Platinum Cage. You know what I mean? Something like that. That's like...
Ooh, the platinum cage isn't bad.
Yeah. Or is there another word for cage that, like, birds go in?
Especially one that starts with a G, that would be...
Yeah.
The Gilded... Well, no.
The Golden Corral. Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Something with
I meant
coop.
to say that, and then I realized what that was.
Something with coop. Something with...
Coop is not romantic.
No.
I don't want to gamble in a coop.
Yeah.
I was gonna say grove, but that's like
That's a
where
little treeier, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking of like a dude who has a peacock in his yard at that point.
Yeah. Maybe we're thinking
Although
too
weirdly,
small.
I associate the word grove with buffets,
Well-
like really strongly.
I already have a buffet on this playset that I added.
That's true.
So, what if we're thinking too small? What if it's a zoo? What if it's called like the menagerie?
Oh,
that's
Ooh, I like that.
The menagerie is
Gilded
good
Menagerie,
because
then?
the
Yeah.
gilded menagerie.
Ooh.
Yeah, just make it even gaudier.
It was just the
uh,
menagerie, but then it came under new ownership, and they just painted the whole thing gold. It was just like fuck it.
It's Dre's Divine is also in this game.
Okay, I like the Gilded Menagerie. So now we have our cast. Basically, we need names, right? I'm just going to read again from the book. At this point, you have a big pile of intermingled relationships, a dangerous obsession or two, and some tasty places and things to wrap them around. At some point, you might cry out, "Of course, I'm the librarian who's selling dope to the Board of Aldermen." But it's also possible that your character remains amorphous. Now is the time to get it into focus, because leaving things to be fleshed out in play weakens them. Work as a team. Everybody needs to define who they are based on their particular pair of relationships, and quite often these will be unequal, freighted by differences in power and status. It may make more sense for you to be the drug dealer rather than the guy who has to be the preacher, but maybe not. Or who also has to be the preacher, but maybe not. Once you've firmed up the situation and everyone agrees it is solid, you're ready to play. You should have a pair of relationships shared with the players on your right and left, some interesting details associated with some of the relationships, and a character that has emerged from the web of information you've generated as a group. Give your character a name. It's helpful to write this on an index card folded like a tent in front of you for everyone else to see. Feel free to use the relationship cards to add notes, names, and other information you want to keep track of. I have a name. My name is... I misspelled my name. There we go. Sunny Veranda is my name. Sunny, S-O-N-N-Y, Veranda, like the place, like the thing.
I have a name. I'm also going to pick a better font. What is... what is Patrick? What is the font Patrick Hand? That's not
We just
my
got a guy
character's
named
name.
Patrick.
However, my character's name, I was looking for a surname. So my character's name is Finnegan Hand.
God damn it. Uh-huh. With the
Finnegan Hands.
you have to click somewhere else so we can see it, and then I'll laugh.
Oh yeah, I'm putting it here.
Good. Great. It's just the thing it says, huh? It's just Finnegan Hands. Okay.
What did you think?
I thought maybe a Z. I don't know.
No.
No, that's worse.
It's just the regular Hands, Austin.
Okay.
Hands with a Z is his nickname.
How you doing, Hands?
Where's aim handle?
What?
His aim handle.
Yeah,
Hands.
he's one of the few people who still uses it.
Right. Andy?
Yeah, my character's name is Doyle Mackay, but everyone pronounces it McKay.
Good.
He's the only one who does it right.
Yeah. Janine, do you have a name?
I'm going with Tawny Buck.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's pretty good. And Dre?
My character's name is Jody O'Brien, but her undercover name is Joni O'Brien.
O'Brien spelled differently with an E instead of an A.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Jody spells O'Brien with an A. Joni spells it with an E.
Good move.
I'm looking up jobs at a bowling alley really quick here.
Austin is typing frantically. What do you do at?
I feel like there is there's a specific name for like a person who's a bowling alley mechanic. Like the person who knows how to like fix the machine.
That's true.
There's a title.
They used to be people, instead of the machines, and it was
yeah,
like
like the
it was like the
pinsetters?
worst.
I'm just remembering now the fucking story about the candlepin bowler.
Yeah.
Who's like the star candlepin bowler.
Oh, people should look that up.
It's really good.
I forget what that was in. What was that in? That wasn't in the Times, was it?
I mean,
I don't know.
Look up. Yeah, The Lost Art of
Candlepin.
Duckpin Bowling is what it was called. The Lost Art of Duckpin Bowling. It was from the New York Times in May of this year. Nope, May of last year. Jeez.
Do they have?
Oh wait, no, that
like,
was a
the way
different
that,
story.
like-
That's a different story about the same sport. God damn it.
Yeah, wasn't it called like the maddest bowling man or something?
The
Something
maddest
about him being
bowling
really
man.
mad.
The best man at Candlepin Bowling is Mad Online. That's what it's called.
That's close.
It's close.
It's the best story. It's so good.
Candlepin Bowling's Angry Star on the Boston Globe.
Yeah.
It's very good. The more I win, the madder they get, he says, for example. His name is Chris Sargent. Okay, we're going to move on. So we should have like a little bit more maybe about who we are and what our relationships are before we start framing scenes. So let's start with Andy and Jack. So you both work at a scuba diving place?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
We run it. It's quite small.
Do you own it, or
there's-
do you just run it?
I think, Jack, how do you feel about you owning it and my character just working for you?
Sure. Yeah, I'll own it. I inherited it. I didn't want to. I like diving, but I don't really. I'm not great.
How old are you?
I am 55.
Okay.
I didn't want to do this, but it was my mother's shop, and when she died, I inherited it, and I hired Doyle McKay.
How old are you, Doyle?
Yeah. Doyle, I think, is like early to mid-30s.
Okay.
Like, I'd say like 32? Yeah, I'll say 32.
Okay.
Big guy. He wanted to work in a, like, normal garage, but couldn't get a job anywhere. And now he's working at this, like, scuba garage, and he can't swim.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So he's, like, always very, like, no, I'm in the garage, I'm in the back. If there's a problem, you can talk to Finnegan. I'm not going in the water.
So on days where I'm out and you have to handle the instruction, you're just like, get in the woods.
Yep. He's got like a clipboard with a bunch of stuff that Finnegan's written down for him.
Yeah.
He like reads out, and there's like diagrams and stuff on it. It's handy.
So what's Doyle's relationship with Tawny then, or with the boxing in general?
I think Doyle's a boxer.
Okay.
I think like this is like his side gig, as he's a boxer.
Oh, his side gig is
like I
he's a
said-
boxer, not his...
Yeah, like
Gotcha.
he wants to make more money doing the boxing, but like he's a like. I think we mentioned it an underworld to boxing
Yeah.
stuff, so this is definitely underground boxing. So like, he makes money off of it, but not like, like actual boxer
Right,
money,
not
you know?
millions of dollars in a professional bout. Like, this is like an
Exactly.
underground boxing arena.
like bare knuckle.
Hey, can I suggest maybe a location for that boxing arena?
Yeah,
Let me tell you about a bowling alley.
perfect.
We'll come back around to me in a bit, but just something to think about. So then Janine, what is your side of the boxing relationship?
I think Tawny is a former pro who has turned into a trainer. So she helps bring people up in that world. a bit.
Okay. So you had been like a pro fighter in the like on the circuit, and now
Yeah.
is that real, or are you what's your relationship with federal law enforcement then?
I think they probably I think there was a point where she was just a pure fighter, like when she was in her prime. And then she kind of, she retreated, she set up sort of her training business. I think maybe like the FBI came to her because they knew like, oh, she had contacts, but she's also like trying to go legit and have this business. And, so then they brought her in that way. Also knowing like, well, she can throw a punch, like she can take care of herself.
So are you like an informant?
No, I think she's like, she does her training stuff, but then is also like a person. Not like full time, but kind of like undercover. I don't know a lot about federal law enforcement.
I don't know that there's like you're a part-time FBI agent situation. Maybe you're.
I mean, like,
maybe you're.
Like, I think it's. I really do think of it more as like undercover.
Okay, I mean that's like undercover is undercover.
Where like
yeah,
they like still need her in that world and stuff, but also she's not just like an informant. She's like She can
Okay.
do stuff.
Yeah. No, if she's undercover, that's a different thing than being an informant for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Dre, are you just straight up also undercover?
Yes, and I think this is Jody's first like real job.
Are you undercover on the same assignment or different assignments?
And
then like
I think
realized it.
I think different, but like when they sent Jody out, they're like, "Oh, also like we've got somebody else working in the area, so like don't mess up their stuff."
Okay. Did you mess up their stuff?
I mean, that's probably how we killed that rare bird.
We'll find out. Maybe you didn't. Maybe we'll have a flashback and see whether or not you actually killed that rare bird. What do you do at the bowling alley, Jody?
So I want to say
Also,
that,
wait,
like,
Joni? Do I know you as Joni or do I know you as Jody?
you would know me as Joni.
Okay.
I think everybody here would know me as Joni, except maybe Tawny.
Okay.
So Jody, actually growing up, her dad was a pro bowler. So she's a really good bowler. And when they were looking for somebody to take this job, they're like, well, we need somebody who can bowl. And so she got bumped up the list to take the job.
Okay. Gotcha.
Do bowling alleys have like resident pros the way like tennis courts and
Totally,
golf courses
100%.
do? Okay.
When Art and I took bowling as a class in college, they had we were taught by the resident pro of a local lane.
Okay.
So wait, do you want to be that?
yeah.
Is that your basic deal?
That's her cover. Yeah, is that she's like the
Artist
pro
in
for the
residence.
bowling alley.
Right.
Yeah.
Does she actually have a record as a bowler, or is it like a fake mocked up? Like, oh yeah, I'm real
she
big
probably,
out
like,
west.
She probably like bowled like through high school. Is college bowling? Yeah, college
college bowl
bowling's
is
a thing.
definitely a thing.
Yeah, she totally bowled. She actually had a college scholarship for bowling.
Okay. So it's like this is like the way in. So I think I'm part of the local crime family. I think the Verandas are one of the crime families in Bluff City. But I didn't want to be part. I think I had a hard time. So actually the first thing is, Jack, I think we've been thinking about the family relationship as being like Paul Walker and Vin Diesel and La Familia in Fast and the Furious. But I actually like better, and let me know if this is okay by you, if you're like an adopted father for me. Where I'm like 25, and you know that I didn't want to be part of the family business. I wanted to like work hard and like come up. Like maybe I knew your parents. You knew my parents, or like I used to come out for diving instruction as a kid or something. Mm-hmm. But now I'm slipping back into it, and I'm starting to run these underground fights in the bowling alley at night. I don't know where. Like I think we just clear out the bar and run them there. If we don't run them,
don't step in the lanes. Don't step in the lanes unless you're wearing special shoes.
One of my rules is you're not allowed on the on the lanes. That's the one rule in this fight. It's the only rule that matters. No stepping on the lanes. So I run those at night, and I'm running those without the permission of my family. So that's not like a fight. That's not a mafia fight club. That's a Sunny Veranda fight club. That's Sunny side business.
What does your family do? Are they in the bowling alley business?
No, I think this was like, I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in the business. So I'll pay you guys a cut. You give me a business.
But I mean, what's that cover?
I think they do other stuff that we'll get into in other games.
Okay.
We'll deal with the Veranda family maybe in a larger way in the future. I think that they're criminals. I think that they are criminals. Right. That's the police coming for them now.
The police are coming for the criminals. You said the word criminal into a microphone.
I did, and they heard me. All right. So yeah, I think that's my thing. And then, so I run the bowling alley. I don't own it, but I run it, and I'm like mid to late 20s.
You're not 55.
I'm not 55. I'm like half your age. And then, Dre, how old was Joni? AKA Jody, AKA Joni?
I'll say like probably around that same age, like 26, 27.
26, 27. Okay. Cool. All right. I think that's us. I think that's the characters. So, all right. We put all the dice back in a central pile. We did that. And now it is time to take the next step. So, scenes. I'm going to just walk over the basic structure of scenes first, and then we'll get into it. I think Jack starts because Jack is still from the smallest town. Scenes exist so we can ask and answer questions, sometimes directly, sometimes not. Each and every one should result in something cool and interesting happening. Your character's stories will move forward based on the strange and tragic outcomes of your scenes. The basics. When it is your turn, your character is in the spotlight. Choose to either establish or resolve the scene. I'm just going to go over all of this, and then I'm going to come back and define some of this terminology. If you are establishing, create the scene. If you are resolving, ask your friends to create a scene for your character. Begin the scene. At some point during the scene, determine the outcome. If you established, your friends will give you a white or black die, signaling a positive or negative outcome for your character. If you chose to resolve, you pick the die and the outcome. If it is Act 1, hand the die you were given back to another player. If it is Act 2, keep the die you choose. Finish the scene informed by the color choice. So, the way this works is, Jack, you will decide whether or not to establish a scene yourself or ask us to establish a scene for you, starring Finnegan. When that is, I guess that's true. I think you have to establish for yourself. I don't think you can just put somebody else in. You can tap other people as like side characters. So, like if you wanted to do something at a different location and you're like, oh, I need someone to play the cashier at this place, you could do that, you know? Mm-hmm. But like, so yeah, you could either establish a scene, in which case we would decide if that scene is going to go positively or negatively for you, or you could say, no, you put me in whatever scene you want, but I'm going to decide if it goes positively or negatively for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at that point, depending on what you choose, I'll describe what we have to do. So what do you want to do? Do you want to establish an opening shot for this movie, or do you want to let us establish it for you, but it'll be starring you?
I want to establish and let you decide my fate.
Okay. So, at a minimum, you'll have the outline of a scene, where it takes place, who is there, what they're doing. You might also have a big conflict in mind, but it's perfectly acceptable to find out what's going on in play as well. You can establish a scene and see where it leads, if that feels right to you, or, of course, you can choose to resolve. Your friends will set the scene, and then you can resolve instead. There are not any hard or fast rules about what constitutes a good scene, or what constitutes an acceptable level of positive outcome, or its opposite. Ideally, you want all your friends involved in throwing in ideas, an opportunity for some character interaction, incorporation of stuff you've authored into the game, and questions both asked and answered. Your group will have its own standards and style, just avoid scenes that are aimless, don't advance the plot in interesting ways, or are self-indulgent. You don't get very many scenes, make them count, and be bold. If you established, accept a die from your friends. If you resolved, choose a die in the outcome. So, as the people watching this scene, there is a point at which the rest of us will have to look at it, and at some point, we decide whether it goes well or goes poorly. If you establish a scene, your friends will make this decision for you, reaching a decision about which die to give you however they like. Whether you decide the outcome based on character or player level choices is up to you. No matter who chooses the die, hold it up for everyone to see and then carry on. You don't need to disrupt the scene at all. The color of the die you've chosen will let everyone know how the scene is supposed to play out. Once you know whether the end result is going to be good or bad for your guy, you can play out the rest of the scene. I can't emphasize enough how satisfying it is to do all this without skipping a beat in the role-playing. Just play the scene, accept the die, and let that guide everyone to an appropriate conclusion. That said, it is also perfectly acceptable to interrupt a scene to announce your intent, to point out something that's worth fighting about, or to ask for clarification. So, the way I want to do this is just, if this next scene happens and we think it's going to be a positive, or we decide it's going to be a positive one for Jack, grab a die and move it to where up the top it says either positive scene or negative scene. So white dice go to positive, black dice go to negative. Don't ask me why the politics of color are the thing that they are, but here we are. So just do that at the moment that we decide which way that goes. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody should be able to grab and move these dice.
Yep.
All right, cool. Awesome.
Okay.
So Jack, tell me about the opening scene to this movie.
So it's a high shot of the camera is moving across the water towards Bluff City. We see it in the distance at first, and then we cut to a bit closer. There are some people in the water, but it's cold. There are beaches, some are sandy and some are stony. And then there's the boardwalk, and as we get closer, we can see Finnegan sitting outside the boardwalk working on a scuba tank. There's no one else there at this point. And then we see a van coming down the boardwalk, and it's getting in the... People are in the way of it, so it's having to keep stopping, and the window is being wound down, and inside we can see a woman in a grey suit, and she keeps slapping the side of the van and honking the horn and saying, "Get out of the way, get out of the way." And eventually the van makes its way down, and the woman gets out and calls over Finnegan and introduces herself as someone from the IRS. I think Doyle is probably in this scene, Andy.
All right.
As is the IRS woman. Anybody who wants to be the IRS woman can be them.
I'll be the IRS woman.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna get up and dust my hands off and call into Doyle. What's Doyle doing?
I think he's I think he's working on something as well. But he's got those old headphones that would come with a Walkman that are the fuzzy, the small fuzzy bits on them, and they're really wiry. He's got those on, so he doesn't hear you at first, and then Finnegan probably calls him again, and he jumps, and the headphones fall off, and he has to straighten himself up, which is a pretty funny thing to see because he's 6'6", and he's trying to clean himself up after falling on his ass, basically.
We got visitors.
And then he comes over. Okay. Do you want me to get the and he points to the one-person submarine thing that he still doesn't know the name of. He's you want me to get that ready?
Yeah. No, I think it's probably fine. Just come out with me. I'm going to go outside and wave at the IRS woman. Yes?
I'm Maggie Darcy. I'm with the IRS.
Oh.
Is there something wrong?
Well, no. Sorry. Do you not get that response a lot?
Oh, no, I do. I just like to ask if there's something wrong, because sometimes people will just be thrown off enough to say something.
Nothing wrong here.
That's good. I'm just here to check out the premises a little. I noticed on your forms this year you reported some upgrades, and I just want to see where the money goes as it is.
Oh, well, it goes into the submarines. We're a submarine business. I can show you around. This is my colleague, Doyle McKay. Doyle, this is, you say your name was Darcy?
Maggie Darcy, yes.
She's with the IRS, and I was just telling her that there's nothing wrong.
Doyle just kind of freezes and glances around a little. He's not sure if Finnegan's trying to hint at something to him. He's just
Doyle,
yeah.
Do you want
nice to meet you.
Doyle, do you want to get the books?
Yeah,
any receipts you have for the improvements that you claimed?
Yeah, the books.
The books and the receipts, Doyle?
Hardware store receipts, contractors,
means,
neighborhood boys.
She means the big binders, right?
Yeah, but the ones that have accounts written on the front, not the red ones, just the ones that have accounts wrten on the front. Okay?
Gotcha.
The red ones have customer information in, and we sign a thing and they sign a thing, and it's like data protection. It's 2017. It's data protection. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's normally data protection doesn't involve binders, but I get what you mean.
Well, the signal. No, you make a good point. So if you come through here, this is our shop. We rent scuba gear, and I teach diving, which is more tricky than it sounds. And just recently, we had this shelf put in, so we could put the clothes you wear when you're diving on racks, rather than in drawers. So that's one, and we can find the receipts for that. And if you look over here, here's all the submarines we bought.
Wait, how many submarines do they have?
I think at that point Doyle shows back up with the binder full of receipts, and he's also got a cup of coffee in the other hand to give to Maggie. Oh. It's got a really poorly painted octopus on it, and then it says Bluff City Boardwalk. It's not good coffee. It's been sitting there for a little bit. He made it so he could wake up some more, and then he forgot about it.
Oh, so is it cold too?
This is Doyle's coffee?
It's not cold. He kept it this is early in the day, right?
Yeah.
He just let it sit too. Like, it's not cold, but it's not hot, I guess. It's like that kind of crappy in between. And it's just a little too strong. So he gives her that, and then he, like, hands the books to Finnegan.
So, have you visited Bluff City before?
Yeah, I'm local.
Oh, I didn't know that that you had a branch here.
I mean, it's a city. So.
Right. Well, but I thought that you'd be from. I thought you'd be from the. I don't know.
I know the town's on the rocks,
It's-
but people do still make an income here, so we do tend to keep a pied a terre in the city. Yes. Could I see those binders, please?
Absolutely. This is the one marked receipts. And as I hand it over, and I don't know whether or not this is just bad luck or clumsiness. The inside binder breaks, and about 500 receipts just begin to pour from this binder.
Good. Is that scene? Is that things are going bad?
That does seem like a pivotal point.
That seems like a pretty bad moment.
Okay, so at that point, Jack, you get this black die, and you get to give it to somebody else.
Okay, I'm going to give this black die to Doyle in recognition of that nice coffee service.
Okay.
Thank you.
And as a reminder, I put this in the chat before, and I guess for people at home, too, to understand what this means. There are going to be key points in the game where you add up the dice that you have, roll them, and then subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So you roll all of your dice, you add up all of the black dice, all of the white dice separately, and whatever the smaller number is, you subtract that from the bigger number. And as long as that number is high, it's good for you, basically. Especially at the very end of the game. So though they're black and white in terms of like negative and positive scenes, as numbers, they're just numbers. You'll see more of that in a bit. Okay, so Andy, just your turn to frame a scene.
I think I'll try resolving, since
Okay.
we just established one.
What if you get to resolve a scene that's like that night, and it's like after a fight, or that it is a fight?
Okay.
Maybe it is a fight. Like maybe we get you. Maybe we get an image of you watching the papers all fly in the air, and then either we jump forward to that night, or we get like the flash of a flashbulb or something, and it's the night before flashback. You were in a fight.
Are people like waving their betting tickets?
Yeah,
You know how
that's really good.
also, you know how like sometimes on like ports and stuff they have like boats have like bells that ring.
Yeah, totally.
They have that, and then it's the ringing of like the boxing ring bell.
Totally.
Go into each other.
Cool. So then it jumps to the scene that I want to establish for you. Then is the fight. It is the fight scene. You are up against.
Okay.
You're in the. I think it probably the camera takes a while to establish what it is, but it is just like the bar area, the like restaurant and bar that's attached to the bowling alley. And you are fighting. Who are you fighting? You're fighting a local guy named Sweet Moran. You don't know what his first name is, but he goes by Sweet. Moran is his last name. So we need someone to play as Sweet, and then I think I just want Sunny to be in the background of this, like behind the bar, serving drinks and like looking out over all of this stuff.
How many people should we have in a scene? Because I don't want to complicate it too much, but it would make sense for Tawny to be here as well.
Totally.
If Janine's okay with that.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Just because if she's like his trainer / coach.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And we don't
and I
even
can be Moran
really need
if
someone to play Moran. We could just describe what happens with Moran.
Okay.
But anyone can shout out what's happening. You know, can suggest things.
How good of a boxer is Doyle?
He's actually pretty good.
Okay.
The way I'm picturing him is he's kind of built like a younger, like Vincent D'Onofrio. Like he's a tall dude. He's like bulky, but he's not like ripped. And like he boxed through like school, like he boxed since he was a kid. Like his dad showed him how, so he could stick up for himself on the playground. And then when Doyle got tall, he didn't need to anymore, but he kept doing it anyway. So he's pretty good. Like I think he's like becoming kind of a name in the small scene.
I mean, it sounds to me then you probably knock out Sweet Moran pretty quickly.
So do we get? Is that what we come in on? Is the image of Doyle like throwing the knockout blow.
I actually really like. I have an idea for this. If I really like the idea of like the fight's just starting, and Doyle like is kind of playing to the crowd a little.
Okay.
Because this is like the only place where he gets to do stuff like this.
Right.
And he just says something like, "Hey, Sweet's about to get a little sour over here." And it's really bad, and like nobody really laughs at it, but he's really happy with it. And while he's doing that, Sweet gets like a cheap shot in.
Okay.
And then he just turns around and like gets him with a right hook. And then Sweet's down.
Nice. So I guess the stakes of the scene are not if you win the fight, it's something else, huh?
Yeah, I think the real scene takes place after the fight, probably.
Cool. So then, yeah, is this a flashback or is this later that night?
We could do later that night, I think.
I was trying to get my
chronologically.
trying to get my head around.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think Sonny comes over to Doyle and Tawny. I guess Tawny, are you like Doyle's like corner person? Are you like cleaning up a cut and stuff, or are you just more of like a here's how you throw a good jab?
I think she's more of a here's how you throw a good jab thing. Like I think Tawny is in attendance specifically to be like, okay, here's what this dude is getting and here's what this dude is not getting. Like, here's how he's actually performing versus... Because she knows what he's, like, training in a more sort of... lower pressure environment, but, like, high pressure, like, wanting to see, okay, where's his technique at?
Right. So I think Sonny comes over with... like, is carrying too many things. I'm very much picturing Sonny as Nice Guy Eddie from Reservoir Dogs, Chris Penn, and is like carrying a mop and a bucket in like under one arm, and then is also carrying like a little like carry-all bag in the other. And at this point, I think people have like kind of emptied out, and there's just like one table that is like back in place, and everyone's standing around that. And Sonny just puts down the bag and opens it up that has like the night's take and like counts out a couple $1,000 to hand over to Doyle. That was a big win, kid.
I mean, you keep giving me these guys, it's gonna be a lot of big wins then. Nothing.
Oh, so you want a harder fight?
I mean, I want a fight that's actually a fight.
Okay. Well, there's some... I'll look around a little bit. There's a big guy coming in from out of town, right? And I've been telling them that there's an opportunity for them to maybe make a little money, but what if it's you and me who can make a little money?
I'm listening.
Meet with me and like looks over at Tawny. Just come here tomorrow night. We'll have a conversation.
Sonny, I come here every night.
I just want to be clear tomorrow also. If you get another thing, if a thing comes up, if your ma calls, whatever, you come and see me. Tomorrow night's the night that we figure all this out.
Okay.
Tawny, nice job. I'm gonna leave you two to it. And then Sonny like drops the bucket and like begins mopping up the blood from the floor. I think the carpet is like rolled up to one side basically. And every night after the fights, or like once a week, whatever it is, Sonny mops up all of the blood and then rolls the carpet back down. So I think he kind of steps back from this scene to start doing that.
Like, I'm good, right? And Doyle's got this like big grin on his face. He's really pleased with himself.
Tawny is the opposite. She is like super unimpressed. Like she's probably like a baseline normal before Sonny said his bit, and now she's just kind of like looking at Sonny and then looking back at Doyle and looks super like when someone says they're gonna pick you up from the airport and then you get all your bags and shit and you're waiting there and they're not there. And you call them, and you can like hear their TV in the background, and they're like, "Oh, I'm right there. I'll be right there." And like, they're still at home. It's like that really fucking no time for this. He's gonna ask you to take a dive. Doesn't matter how good you are.
Nah,
he's offering you money like that.
Sonny, no, we're good. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna knock this guy's lights out.
Eventually, that's how it works. You knock a few guys' lights out, and then you take the turn, but everyone's betting with you. And then you split the take. That's what he's going to ask you to do. You don't believe me? We'll bet on it right now.
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not? I'm going to win. Like, even if he wants me to do it, is how this goes. I bet on me, and
You think he's gonna give you your cut of the money if you don't throw a fight he asks you to throw?
I mean,
That's not how it works.
I'll throw. How about he tries to do that, and I'll throw him. Doyle, like, his smile is faded, but like when he says that, he got like a little bit more of a smile.
Veranda's going to be feeling a little sour.
Listen, it's light. It's nighttime for Sunny.
Right. Good.
Turn out the porch light on the... okay.
Good. Is that a positive
I
or
think Tawny, like, pats him on the shoulder, like, okay.
positive or negative, Andy?
I think that's negative.
Okay.
I think that, like, this big doofus is obviously in over his head.
Oh, buddy. So then, if you resolve, then you decide now where to put that negative die. So grab one of the dice and hand it out.
Yeah, I'll just grab. I decide where to put it.
Yeah, you don't get it still.
Like,
First act,
okay.
you decide where it goes.
Okay. I thought that it was like I decide which one I got for the first act.
Second act, you would actually get to keep it.
I'm gonna give this one to Jody/Joni.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
I think it is your scene, Tawny Buck.
Yeah. I think... Are we at the bowling alley that's cleared out for...
I mean,
or was that last scene?
That was the last scene's over. This scene is now wherever you want it to go.
Yeah.
You can do... This could be a week later if you want. Like, it can be whenever.
I think it's probably... Okay. It's like... She's not going to wait till the next evening to clear this up, but it's like the next... Maybe lunch. Maybe she goes back to the bowling alley around lunch. I'm establishing this, to be clear.
Okay.
She goes back to the bowling alley around lunch when she knows that...
Does she do, like, a daily game at the bowling alley as, like, an attraction? Like, what... Or is she just around?
I mean, she's not a bowler.
Oh, right. Sorry. That was Joni. My bad.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the... because of the stuff that goes on there in the evening or like at night and stuff, she's used to kind of being around there and not raising many eyebrows. So maybe she like, oh, this sounds really gross. Maybe she goes to the bowling alley for lunch. Like she gets some like cheese fries or something.
Is it the cut from
and it's an excuse to like talk to Joe.
Right.
Who she calls Joe because she cannot keep the Joni thing straight, so it's just Joe.
Do we get the cut of, like, you patting Doyle on the shoulder at like, standing at a table, and then it cuts to the next day in the same wide shot, and then you're at the table with Joe?
I think it cuts to a plate of, like, really bad cheese fries.
Good.
Like, with a weird, like, the cheese is kind of granular, and there's, like, a sheen on it, because it's, like starting to separate, because it's been reheated too many times.
The Splits has the best cheese fries in Bluff City. All right?
Sure.
All right, so it's you and Joe? Jody/Joni?
At this
Jody
point,
Joni.
just... Tawny, do you know that I'm also... Like, do we know that each other are federal agents, or... Like,
I think yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
that's
probably
what we
been
set
briefed
up.
About you,
Some sort of something went down with that bird that got us wrapped into something, so we're probably...
Yeah, we should bring that bird up very soon.
Yeah. Was it Sonny's bird? Was it like Sonny's dad's bird?
I think
or
it was.
something?
So I think that's part of what the deal is. I think that the thing that's being put up as like collateral for money, or the bet itself is for the bird.
Oh, God. Okay.
Or something, you know?
Yeah.
I have an idea. I'll wait until a future scene.
I think Tawny's just sitting down with Joe trying to like get some info about this deal that Sonny's going to bring up so she can go in prepared. Because they work in proximity, so...
Okay.
Maybe he's let something slip? You know?
I mean, I know he works late sometimes, but I don't know. I don't know what... Do you know what he does late?
Oh, come on, Joe.
Listen, okay, so what does he do?
You've never worked late one night and seen a dude punch another dude here?
Whoa! Okay, now when I opened up this morning, I found a tooth in one of the ball return lanes, and that makes a lot more sense. And I think at that point we have like a quick flashback and we see Superman's tooth fly out of his mouth and into a ball return.
Perfect.
So wait, is this like legal boxing?
Yeah, that's why they do it in a bowling alley, Joe.
Well, times are hard. The economy. Okay, it's illegal. You're telling me it's illegal. Listen, we didn't have stuff like this back in Iowa, okay?
Oh my god. What do you think they got me here looking into?
It's a big city. Okay. So Sonny's setting up some big deal, huh?
Yeah, that was why I kind of was hoping you would have some kind of nice scoop for me on that, but apparently that was a mistake. That was not.
Hey, I'm gonna get you something. He takes real long smoke. I don't even know if he smokes, but he says he takes smoke breaks. And I think I can use that time to get into his office. He never lets anybody in there, but I bet I can get in there and find some stuff for you.
I mean, yeah. Don't have an excuse, like carry a broom or something.
Listen. You're not the only professional here. I got this.
You didn't know. Okay, I'm gonna finish my fries.
You shouldn't, but okay.
Was that scene?
I think that's scene.
I think so.
You got Jody to do this research for you. That seemed like someone moved a positive die. So
I moved a positive dice because the idea of this completely incompetent conversation actually getting results is very funny.
Yeah, you guys
Like,
are
it
making
worked.
progress.
All right, so Janine, you decide where that dice goes.
I'm gonna give that dice to Jack.
Thank you.
So now it is a Jody scene. Is it the scene? Is this you breaking in? Sorry,
Yeah, I think
you decide. Are you establishing or are you resolving first? My bad.
I'll establish, but yeah, I mean, I immediately was going to cut to the scene of, like, Sonny says, I'm going out for a smoke.
Going out for a smoke break.
Does Sonny actually smoke?
No.
Okay.
Not even a little.
He's straight edge.
Yeah. He's incredibly straight edge. Yes.
Yeah.
That's part of the whole family thing. Like, I don't want to be involved with any of their business. And let me tell you, if there's a way to not be sober, my family's involved in that business.
So, based on Tawny's great advice, Joni actually does grab a broom and goes back to Sonny's office. And I guess has to pick the lock, probably.
No, I don't think Sonny's that smart.
Okay.
Sonny's like, oh yeah, Jody's here. So,
Right.
I told her not to go in my office.
Yeah.
She's not gonna go in my office.
exactly.
Can I pitch something, Dre?
Yeah, go for it, Jack.
Can there be someone in there?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
What if somebody is delivering the bird?
Do you think they're delivering the bird, or do you think that they are something with a secret entrance, which is the thing that you have with Tawny? Like, is this where you find the
great.
secret entrance info?
Yeah. Because we're saying the secret entrance is to the casino, right?
We haven't decided where the secret entrance is, like, technically yet, but I think so, yeah.
Maybe it's that she walks in and, like, Sonny has blueprints for a casino that's, like, run by his dad or something.
I think it's so I think that totally works. Yes.
Okay. And he's, like, circled, like, an area in the blueprint and is like, you know, this is like an area where, like, this doesn't show that there's a door, but there's a door here.
Right. Where is it? Where is the door?
Maybe it's not even a door. It's probably like it's where
Can I pitch a thing?
yeah, go for it.
What if it's underwater?
Right. I was going to say like a sewer or something.
Yeah, what if it's like in the ocean?
something
Like what if there's a
underground.
secret underwater like way in and
The perfect size of a submarine.
perfect. I think it's probably a little bit bigger than a submarine size, or a little smaller. One or the other. It
Smaller,
can't be,
smaller.
It's smaller. It's just smaller than the submarine size. It's small enough for a scuba diver to get in, but deep enough that a scuba diver couldn't easily make it. Like a team of scuba divers could, or a submarine could get down there, but then you'd have to leave the submarine. And then it goes underneath the menagerie. It's a pathway that goes underneath the menagerie, and I mean these are the plans that you're finding. And I guess I don't know how the scene is. You established it. How's the scene go? Other people. I don't know.
I mean, Sunny definitely walks in, right?
Maybe, I don't know. We haven't decided if it's a positive or a negative scene yet. I kind of want it to be a positive scene.
Okay. Well, then I think Sunny doesn't walk in, and Jody like takes pictures of all this stuff with her cell phone and like texts the pictures to Tawny.
I think I'll even say
if this is what you're looking for, but
Sunny even left out more stuff. Sunny is not good at this necessarily, and I don't know if you put it together, or if the audience at home puts it together, but like there is an out of state. There's the Whitaker family is coming, and Sunny is basically fucking over everybody, or that is his bad plan. Sunny is telling the Whitaker family that the Veranda family is putting up the cock of the mott, which is this super rare bird that's a crossbreed of a cock of the rock and a mott, up as a bet.
Is that?
That's how birds work. In Bluff City, that's how birds work. There's all sorts of weird Listen, the original playset for this had weird genetic animal stuff involved, because apparently the people who in the UK think Atlantic City is big with weird genetic animal stuff. And I think it's just like this bad double cross where the play is that the Whitaker family ends up giving a bunch of money to Sunny in exchange for this bird. Or something, and then in exchange, like, the Whitaker family is just going to get killed by the Veranda family. I have to work out the actual details of that, but that is the big picture, is basically using his family to get the the Whitaker family killed and to get their money somehow. He hasn't worked out all the details quite yet.
Okay.
Lord.
And you get away with it. Do we just come back to like a shot of you and the broom like brushing right outside the Sunny's office?
Yeah, and Sunny probably walks by her is like, slow day, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for cleaning. The place has been a mess.
Hey,
this isn't even your job. It's like you normally just bowl, but if you want to pick up the broom, that's all right.
Idle hands, right?
That's right, idle hands. And then I think we cut from that to a scene I want to establish, which is me on the phone with Finnegan.
Okay.
And
I need
it's
to
like,
give this die to somebody, right?
Oh yeah, you do have to give that die to somebody.
Okay. I will give this to Janine.
Okay. So I call it's cuts back to me outside, and I'm on a bad flip phone with Finnegan. And I'm like, idle hands, Finn. That's what you always told me. You always told me idle hands is why I'm keeping busy. I got plans on top of plans.
You got plans on top of plans. I've always said.
Okay, so you know those Whitakers, right? From up north?
Is one of these... Well,
Where are you while this is happening? Where is Finnegan? Where's when the camera goes to Finnegan, where is Finnegan?
Finnegan is talking on the phone, holding the phone up to his chin with his shoulder, and he's picking up receipts and handing them to the IRS woman.
Good, perfect. I'm glad Maggie is just in the scene in the background. All right, so you know the Whitaker family from up north has that bird thing, right?
Oh, they love them.
Yeah,
they got that whole apiary.
Exactly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them like give me a bunch of money as collateral, like as a holding situation. You know, what do they call that when you hold money for somebody when you transfer it for like
insurance?
And like no, the other one, the one you hold it and you're like I'm gonna hand it off to somebody else.
Something to do with a crow.
Yeah, crow. I'm gonna crow it. I'm gonna crow the money, and then I'm also gonna crow the bird, right? And that way both bets are in. And then the fight goes a certain way, and, you know, I get the money and they get the bird.
Wait, what bird?
Oh, the bird.
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, I have company here. Are you holding that okay? Do you want a table? I can pull out a table from here. We got these new shelves. I'll have to take some scuba gear off.
No, I'm really good at holding a lot of things.
Did you get this one?
Going. It's fine.
Did you? I think you dropped that one. Sorry. Tell me about this bird.
So there's a bird. It's very pretty. It's like, what if a couch cushion had a tail?
Oh my God, Sunny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They love those weird birds up top. The up top is what I call up north, like northern, like in like the Connecticut region, up north, up top.
Sure.
And what I'm gonna need though is I need you to go get the bird. I have a way in, but you're good at like going, under the water and all that. I've never been cut out for that. And you always told me to have big dreams and to dive deep. That's what you always said.
Yep. Well, I am the proprietor of a diving company, so that was mostly just general instruction, honestly, Sonny.
Okay. Well, I saw it on the signage every time I came in. It just says "Dive Deep," and this is me.
Well, that's the name of the shop. Dive Deep, and then the tagline: "There are fish down there."
I took it to heart, is what I'm saying. And
okay,
so
that's fair.
And listen, this is going to be good for McKay also, because they're bringing a big fighter down or something. But I know he's got it. Don't even worry about it.
Can you give me just 1 second, please, Darcy?
Sure.
Sorry.
Who's Darcy?
Just this person I'm handing receipts to.
You're seeing a new lady. Okay.
No, well, sorry, Darcy. And I go outside, and just outside, just like not far away.
Yeah.
And I say, so you want me to steal this bird?
I want because you got the submarine situation. So if you go steal the bird, then, that's the whole thing.
Because of the crow? Because of the crow?
I'm going to be straight up. My family isn't making that bet. My family isn't actually making the bet with the Whitakers. They don't know that the bird's involved at all. I'm making the bird involved.
So you're just going to take the Whitakers' money?
Correct.
And I'm going to take the bird?
Correct. And then
what do you want me to do with the bird?
Bring it to me, and then I'm going to put it in a crow. And then both the money and the bird will be in the crow, and then they'll be delivered after the fight. You understand?
Oh, I see, but they'll be delivered after the fight.
Correct.
What's in it for me?
Half the cut.
What about the bird?
You want the bird?
Well, it's like a couch cushion had some feathers.
I mean,
Sonny.
Okay, it's a nice bird. That's true. I guess they don't need to leave with the real bird. We could give them a fake bird.
I got birds. I got birds.
You have birds?
I can get you a bird.
I mean, I need you to get me a bird.
I can get you 2 birds. I've always said, look, trust me to get things.
Okay.
And I can get you both birds if I can keep the good one.
Okay.
Because it's like nautical, right? You got to have a bird. It's like pirates.
Are birds nautical? I thought birds were
Yeah, like a pirate has one.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, okay. That adds up. You're
Okay.
gonna do this for me, and I need you to make sure Doyle also is just in a good place for this fight.
Sure, Sonny.
Okay.
I'm proud of you setting this all up.
That means a lot. I never, I've always been given things my whole life. This is the first thing I've ever really tried to take for myself. A bird.
Well, and I'm taking it, Sonny.
Okay, but I made the phone call.
You sure did. Okay, I'm going to go talk to this tax woman now, Sonny.
Okay, I'm going to get back inside and make sure everything's okay in the alley.
Sounds good.
It cuts to, hanging up, walking back inside and being like, oh, you're sweeping. I don't know. I think that went, I don't know. Someone has to decide the dice for me.
I mean, it's positive in that you got Finnegan to agree to this.
To steal a bird for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
2
general, that's true. 2 birds. We should be trying to give up the dice in the middle of a scene so that we know how to end it.
Yeah. Okay.
True.
My gut says to go with positive.
Yeah, I can fuck with that.
Grab me a die, someone.
Whoop.
Okay. I will give this to... I'm going to give this to Doyle, because I think I'm fucking Doyle over somehow. I just haven't figured out how yet.
I mean,
Okay. Just out of character, can I check real quick? What do the 2 cops know about the bird?
That's a good question.
We haven't canonically decided that they know anything about the bird.
It's a detail of the relationship with Doyle, but maybe it hasn't come up yet.
Yeah, it might just be that's like forming.
Right.
It's a detail in the making.
I would like a scene with Doyle and Tawny. It's at the bowling alley, and Finnegan has gone to see how training is going with Doyle and with Tawny, because he's taken Sonny's words to heart about making sure that he's in a good place for the fight.
That's right.
And I don't know if anybody else is there. I think Doyle and Tawny, are you just training?
I mean, yeah, probably.
I feel like Tawny would have a better place than a bowling alley to train people if that's
Yeah,
her thing that she does.
We could invent a new place to do that in. Like, you could just be at an old gym
It
somewhere.
could also just be like next door. Like if she's going there for cheese fry lunch, like
True. True. Yeah, maybe there's a gym next door.
Why aren't they doing the fights in the gym?
Because that's obvious. And also, I don't own the
probably
gym.
doesn't have a lot of audience room.
Yeah. Not like the bar at the
actual
bowling
conversation
alley at the
we
Splits.
How's he doing, Tawny?
I mean, he's in shape. He's exhaling when he punches and putting his weight in there and seeing him through and doing them in bursts. And I just googled a bunch of boxing matches. So, Tawny definitely knows what she's talking about. I definitely don't.
You really sound like you know what you're talking about, and I appreciate that in you.
Thank you, I do. I know many things about boxing.
Yeah,
He
like
knows everything.
At least 5, everything. Oh, it's good it's always good to hear that from a protege, isn't it, Tawny?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just talking to my protege earlier.
Who's that? Hands.
It's well, I mean, you know the Veranda family?
Yeah, I thought Doyle was actually your because he like works with you.
Hey, well, come
Well,
on,
Doyle,
man.
I mean, well, Doyle.
You taught me everything I know about submarines.
Well, Doyle, I mean, obviously but you're in your early to mid 30s, Doyle. And
Young at
Sonny.
heart.
Sorry?
I'm young at heart.
Doyle, you make a living punching people until their teeth go in. I heard that one of their teeth went into, like, the pin feeder.
Yeah. So?
Well, what I'm saying is Sonny's 27, so he's more of that protege material. You know, he's 3 years protege material. Or maybe more.
I'm 31.
Well, he's 4 years protege material.
Fine.
Look, I can have 2 proteges.
See how it is.
No, well,
Okay.
look, Doyle. Doyle, don't do this again. Remember last time when I made you go in the water and we did this, Doyle?
Doyle just like ignores him when he's gone over to the speed bag now, and he's doing that. So there's just like this like thump 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 in the background.
Proteges, tell me about it, Tony.
So what is it that Sonny wants exactly?
He wants me to steal a bird.
What?
He wants me to steal a bird. 2 birds.
Why are you here asking me how Doyle's punching then?
Well, because he
I
also
have a
said to
bird.
take. He also says, I'm not going to steal a bird from you. He also,
I don't have one, so that's good.
He also said to take care of Doyle, so that's why I'm here. You know, because you got to look out for your protege. I got one of those word a day calendars. You know the ones.
And you don't tear the pages very often?
No, not super often.
Okay.
Anyway, so
He wants you to steal a bird.
yeah.
Why does he want you to steal a bird, Finnegan?
It's something to do with this family, the Wakefield family or something. They want a bird.
And he's getting into the bird business?
No, I think. Well, I mean, maybe it's not exactly clear to me why he needs the bird. It's something to do with giving the bird and the money to someone, and I think he's the one. But he gets to keep the bird. And look, I need to go and steal the bird with the submarine.
What?
You're very open.
Wait, does Finnegan know he needs a submarine to steal the bird?
I know it's underwater. Didn't
The
Sonny
bird
give
is
me that?
underwater?
The bird is in the vault that I get to by going underwater.
Yes, Sonny did say the bird is underwater.
Okay.
Totally.
Also, I'm being open because this is I assume this is a friend of Doyle's, and Doyle is a friend of mine.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you gotta steal a bird, and you want to know how Doyle's feeling.
Well, no, there's actually a
How
third
he's
bit of this.
punching.
There's a
Okay, yeah.
third bit of this. I may have made a kind of a rash claim.
Do you know how to steal? You don't know how to steal a bird, do you?
No, I know how to steal the bird, but I said I could get any bird because we need a ringer. We need a second bird.
A ringer bird?
Yeah, we need a ringer bird because.
Do you mean like a really good bird or just another bird?
Well, we need a bird that looks like this bird. It's called a coq of the mott. It's French. It's like two birds have been crossed together. They look amazing. But we need to find another bird that because I want the real one.
I mean, look, you can get a canary down at the pet shop for like.
No, it has to
$5.
look like the other one. And I need you to get it for me or help me get it because
Why? Like why?
I've got to go and steal the real one.
I think as this has been going on, the thumping has been getting slower and slower as Doyle's been like listening in more, and he kind of walks over. He's like, I got a pal who works over at the zoo.
Could he get us a big one?
A big zoo?
A big bird going.
Is this other bird big?
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a picture of it.
I was thinking it was like a little nice, like a little cage
Look,
bird.
okay,
you know?
here's what I know.
Give to
You
nice
probably
lady.
like
No,
adopt a decent
like-
bird. That's what I do with my dogs. Like,
No, look, here's what I know, and here's what I can tell you. It's like rare. It's like really rare. That's why we're doing this, I think. Because it's very rare. And because it's rare, it means...
Shit.
No, look, it means that I can't get any pictures of it. So I don't know what this bird looks like, but I assume it's big and special. So we need a big, special bird. Another one. Or we need a ringer bird that's
like
big
the
and
Sesame
special.
Street one.
No, Doyle.
What?
You are young at heart.
Yeah.
Help me out
I
here,
got
Tony.
nieces that love that show.
You got, yeah. So have I. We've all got nieces. Tony, I need you to help me steal a ringer bird.
Oh, God.
I'll get the real bird. I'll tell you what it
Yeah.
looks like. You get the fake bird. Tony, do me this solid, please.
I mean, look, you're a nice guy, Finnegan, but what do I get out of this bird situation? I don't
You're
need
helping
a
a
bird.
friend.
You're you're the friend of a dude I help punch good.
Well, I guess that's a no then.
No, it's not a...
Your phone
Look,
buzzes, and you're gonna get a picture of the bird.
Oh, okay.
Here's
I'm
what
gonna
it looks
pick-
like. 1 second, let me
Okay.
paste it in for you here. Put it over here in our group chat. There you go. It is a super pixelated picture of this bird because Sonny has a flip phone and he's taken a photo of the bird.
Tony, look, I got good news and I got bad news.
Yeah?
Which do you want first?
The bad news.
It's a bad picture, Tony.
Okay, what's the good news? Just
I have a
that it's
picture of the bird.
That it exists.
Yep.
This looks like a fucking oyster with marinara sauce on it, man. What am I supposed to do with it? Fucking...
You got enough.
It does look like an oyster with marinara.
Doyle, I hope your
It really
your
does.
friend fucking knows a lot about birds, because he's gonna need to.
You gonna
I
do
mean,
this
he
for me,
just-
Tony?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what I'm actually doing. I feel just like some sort of fucking zoo
Tony,
broker.
a
Just
ringer
have-
bird. A ringer bird. Looks like this one. All I need. That's all I need from you, Tony. I'm getting half the money that is also...
I'll look into it.
Tony, thank you so much. Also, make sure he boxes good, please, because I love the guy.
Hey, I always box good.
Oh, sure you do.
Doyle winks and gives him a thumbs up.
Get back to the bags.
Yes, ma'am. And he like runs over and starts going at it.
That's a negative die.
That's a negative die because the picture is bad, and presumably the theft is going to the secondary bird theft is going to go wrong.
So where are you putting that negative dice?
You can have it, Austin.
Oh, thank you.
I'll drag it down.
You got it. Oh, I already had it.
Oh,
I just taken it from you somehow.
Are we keeping an eye on when to start acting,
Yeah,
Austin?
it's half dice. So it's once we get down to 10 die.
Okay.
And right now we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think it'll end on you. It'll be your last scene, maybe 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's right. I think.
Okay.
No, I think it's your last scene.
It is my last scene. You're right. Cool. So, Doyle.
After that, I think we gotta head to the zoo. Right? That sound good?
Sure. Are you helping with the zoo theft?
I mean, yeah. Like, Doyle volunteered that info.
Oh, right, about the friend. What's your friend's name?
The friend of the zoo, yeah. Oh, I don't have a name, shit. It's Van McLaren.
Good name. Van?
Van, yeah.
So it's a bird or zoo scene, it sounded like?
Yeah. So Doyle has taken Tawny over to the zoo to I think this is like late at night because I think that his friend is just on the cleaning crew.
Oh, okay, sure.
This dude doesn't know shit about animals. He's just like has the keys to the place.
Okay. Can I play Van McLaren?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Cool. Who else is with you?
Tawny is, and I don't know, does Tawny want to bring... I feel like we need to get Jody involved more, but I don't know if she would be involved in this.
Oh, is that... Maybe that's part of the bad end of the last one? Is...
Oh, Jody gets involved
that
too?
Tawny, like, brings Jody up to speed on this?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That it's like,
Okay.
yeah, I'll
This
help
is
you
part
get the
of
bird.
whatever bullshit Sonny's... Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So the three of you show up to... Is like after hour, like the zoo closes and then like Van opens the gate for you secretly. Come on in, y'all. It's just let me show you around. What is it you need again? Sort of rooster?
Like a... You got the picture, Tawny?
Looks like if one of those nerd candies was like real and grown up and half of a crow.
Damn. She's vicious. Making fun of that bird like that. No, but real,
Yeah,
what kind
and
of
it's like-
fucking bird is that?
It's like orange, and that's pretty much all we know.
How
It's probably kind of big.
I was gonna say, how big is it? We got a cat that looks kind of like that.
You know, we need a
We're
bird.
looking for
You have a
a
bright
bird,
orange cat?
man.
It's
At
a
the
black
zoo?
cat that has like a bright orange face, head
You
situation.
mean a tiger?
It's sort of like a tiger.
That sounds cute.
It's
a
I can show
weird
you that
zoo.
one.
Yeah, can we...
Yeah, we can just
After,
go.
can we go see
We can
that?
just go see it right now.
Do you have elephants?
I mean, we gotta do this... I'd love to.
No, there's
We gotta do this bird shit.
no elephants. Unfortunately, they took them all from us. Don't ask it. Don't ask. It was a bad day.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Fucking Jamie and anyway, what else? We got birds. We got eagles. We got
Are eagles orange?
No.
I'm pretty sure they're
Wait.
like...
What if we painted it orange?
Nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have some kind of like animal paint here?
Animal paint.
You can't paint
Kind
an
of.
animal.
I'm gonna call PETA. No. After the
Yeah.
elephant thing, we're being very careful. Now, I think
Look, my
I could
friend,
slip.
this shitty zoo isn't gonna call PETA. That's a real empty threat.
God, you saw right through me. You some type of lawyer? What's the... She's smart, Doyle. You hang on to her.
Okay, what's the biggest bird that you have that also has orange in it?
Wait, do we know that this bird's big?
Rare birds are always big. That's why they're rare.
Yeah, no, he's got a... Doyle's got a good point.
All right, let me think.
He did say he needed a ringer, and that usually means like a
Yeah.
like a
That type of
like a
bird?
big,
Ringer?
thick bird. Yeah.
Is that like
You're the zoo guy?
I work, security. I work janitorial services. I feed the birds, and I play with them sometimes to keep them entertained.
If you feed the birds, it shouldn't be this hard for you to tell us what the biggest orange bird is.
I don't like birds that much. I make somebody else feed the birds.
Wait, but you just
You
said
said
you
you
feed and play with them.
though.
Yeah.
The animals in general, not the birds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
God.
Well, who's the bird guy?
Oh, he's not in today. That's Jamian, who I mentioned before under my breath.
Okay, can you just take us to the birds?
Yeah, let's come with me.
Okay.
And he leads you into and it's basically an aviary that's like an enclosed thing that has a couple of subdivisions, but mostly is open. But the rarest birds, I'm sure the eagle has its own segment in there that it's not just in there with the rest of the birds. And there's just a bunch of birds around. I'm gonna give this a white die at this moment, actually. I think the best look is that one up, that Toucan Sam looking motherfucker.
The toucan?
Yeah, that's what I said. What?
You got a net?
You got a net? Yeah, I got.
Figured
Give
you're
me
a zoo,
give me
yeah.
a second. Let me go get the net. Sorry,
Thank you.
Not supposed to have people in here after dark like this.
Doyle, your phone
Man,
buzzes, and it's a text from Finnegan, and it just says, "How's the bird going?"
Doyle just sends back a 100 emoji.
I need to know if how's the bird going if Finnegan auto did the thing where the phone suggests the emoji instead of the word when you type the word.
What does this suggest if I type? Is there a bird emoji?
Yes.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
type
yeah.
bird in your phone, it'll give you an emoji of a bird and replace the word bird with that emoji if you want it to.
How's the bird?
I like that.
Oh,
Jack-
yeah, it's like a little
Jack
pigeon.
is acting
Yes.
this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Wait,
emoji
shit,
is
you
there.
want a pigeon?
Like one of those children's sound books.
Yes. That's it. It's a picture. It's a little picture of the gray bird.
If you want a gray bird, we got gray birds. You know what? How about this? You take the toucan. You're gonna bring these back to me, right? Right?
I think, yeah.
Okay, I'll give
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the toucan. I'll get you a couple pigeons, and then just in case, I'll get you like a Oriole, which is like this thing but backwards. Like it's orange on the bottom and black on the top, just in case the image got inverted.
That's not how image inversion works. It doesn't just flip the two colors of an object to the other.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
inverted-
Did you go to graphic design school all of a sudden? Thought you
Inverted means upside down.
I'm
I thought.
self-taught.
Thank you. Upside down. That's what I'm trying. Sorry,
if
not
this
inverted.
bird is up, if
I used the wrong
Bird's up.
words. Maybe the image was upside down is what I meant to say, I guess. Who has the net? Me. I'm going to go get you guys those birds. And he gets you 5 birds.
How
so,
what are you gonna tell people when the birds are gone tomorrow?
Sometimes birds, they get out or they go underground or whatever.
bird cleaning.
That's a good... The bird cleaning came. The bird cleaners came. They took them out. They had to get
Because,
them all...
sometimes I gotta take my dogs
Right.
to, the groomers, and, they're gone for, almost a whole day.
How is
what
Daisy Bell doing?
Daisy Bell's good. Grover is a little grumpy lately, but I think that's just because he's not liking the new apartment.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Grover. Grover bit me that time. I don't know.
Hey, Grover's a good boy.
Anyway.
Speaking of, so one of you two is gonna have to take these birds because I already got 3 dogs at home. And my landlord already doesn't like that. So you could probably split them up.
Listen, my place has a strict no pets policy, and I need that deposit. So,
I get it.
Tawny.
Yeah, I'll take all the birds. I'll take
you're
18
the best.
fucking birds to my fucking
Hey.
bachelor apartment.
Oh, you need a tawny owl too? We got tawny owls. We can give you one of those too.
That's her name, dude. Don't be rude.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
Come on, man.
Okay. And you get 5 birds. It is a toucan, a robin, an oriole, and 2 pigeons.
2 pigeons.
2 doves. They're doves. And I think Van goes out of his way. He's like, people don't know, but doves are pigeons. Makes you think.
It doesn't make me think at all. Can we go?
Someone has to be more thoughtful. I'll see y'all out. When you return them, that's when I'll let you see the tigers. You have 1 week. Man. I have to get these back in 1 week.
Hey, when have I let you down? Don't answer that.
Okay. All right. Where does this positive dice go?
It was I pick, right? Because it was my scene.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give this to Tawny as well, because she's being a real trooper, putting up with all these birds.
Oh, what a champ.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Meeting fucking Doyle's idiot friend from fantasy football.
God. That's another game. We'll have to get to that later.
No, totally.
All right, Tawny, your scene. We have 3 more scenes. Tawny, Jody, and me, and then we'll go to Act 2. Actually go to the tilt, which is very exciting.
Oh, right. Okay, so Finnegan was the one who needed the fake good bird?
Yeah. I need all the
Okay.
birds. All the birds go to me. Well, I mean, I need 2 birds.
Although, shit, we also have Sunny wanted to specifically meet with Doyle, right?
Yeah. I might
And
do that
Tawny?
scene. That's a scene that I can do at the as my last
Okay.
scene. I think that makes sense as the last scene of the first act, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I think the thing that happens then is that shit, you know what? Someone set it up. I'll resolve.
Oh, that's a good idea. I want it to be Tawny and Joe at the FBI, like the local Federal Bureau of Investigation office. Maybe, actually, we haven't decided if you guys are actually. It just says federal law enforcement. It doesn't say the FBI.
You guys work for the IRS.
You guys work for the IRS. It's you 2
Yeah, okay.
and Maggie meeting back up or you Maggie calls you
Does
both
the
in.
IRS have undercover people?
It
I
does.
don't
Yes.
think that works.
Listen,
At Bluff City, they do.
and right, exactly. This
Shit.
is Atlantic City analog. Let me tell you, the IRS is up to some
Sunny
business.
is definitely not reporting his boxing income.
Oh, definitely not.
Like that's okay.
Totally.
Sure.
So yeah, I does somebody else want to play Maggie since Tawny is in this scene?
I'll be Maggie.
Okay. So it's Maggie is calling in Tawny and Jody to have this conversation.
The conversation about...
I don't know. You help me figure it out.
Okay.
I think Maggie is in charge though, right? Maggie feels to me like she
Yeah.
and does she
She has the van.
and she has all the binders now, right? And receipts? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Also, there are undercover IRS agents, I've learned.
Okay. That's terrifying.
Thank you for coming in. I know that you're both busy. Tawny, you look exhausted.
I didn't sleep. Wait, no, I can't. It's the day of, so she wouldn't have slept, right?
I could be whenever. We can say this is the next day.
Well, because that meeting was supposed to be the next day from the.
Oh, that's true,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you just finished delivering the birds, and so that's why you're exhausted.
Yeah. I just had to drive a carload of birds to my apartment and.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I can see how that would be exhausting.
Also, we stole those birds? I feel like as our superior, we
Yeah.
should probably tell you that.
It's got something to do with that guy.
Okay,
With
right.
all, with all the guys, but.
So
some in
let's run it
particular.
back one step. You stole more than one bird and then took it to your house?
Well, I wasn't going to leave it in my car.
Yeah, that's
It's
inhumane.
inhumane.
It's hot
How
out
many
here.
birds? How many birds are we talking about?
5 birds. There's a sparrow and the orange thing, and
I don't- Toucan.
I don't
It's a
care about what
toucan.
birds you've stolen.
one of those cereal ones.
Where did you
Two
steal? Where do you
pigeons.
get these? I don't care what birds you stole. You idiots.
Whoa, okay.
Where did you steal the birds from? Where did you steal
Technically,
the
we
birds
didn't.
from?
They're on loan from the zoo, from a zoo employee.
No, there is not. Zoolone is not a thing. Zoolone is not a thing.
Were you there? Did you sign the paperwork?
What paperwork?
Exactly.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, who's name calling now, huh?
Well, I was gonna bring you in here to talk about taxes, you know? Like our job is to talk about taxes, but now
Our
we're
weekly,
talking about
our
bird
weekly
theft.
meeting about the taxes. Yes.
Well,
Look, do you want to know who we stole these birds for?
Yes, yes, tell me who you stole the birds for, and I will make a decision.
For your buddy with the shelves. He says shelves. You know, you said that he reported really expensive shelves.
The submarine man? The submarine man with the bad coffee?
Submarine man with the suspiciously expensive shelves and the bad coffee.
You stole 5 birds for the man who runs the scuba shop?
There's something going on. We got to see what it is.
I don't think... You know that there are very specific codes of conduct for undercover officers, especially undercover officers of, and I'm going to remind you again, the IRS.
Yeah, no, this is...
You don't want to see what he's going to do with his bird money?
This is evidence of tax evasion and wage theft.
You stole the birds!
No. We witnessed the theft of the birds.
Well, then
and then
who stole them?
retook possession of them. Doyle? Was that his name?
The other submarine
His
man?
name is Doyle. Yes. The other submarine man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a mean right hook.
Sorry?
He has a mean right hook.
He
train
punched
him.
you?
No,
trained him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No,
what?
he boxes
Yeah.
illegally. He boxes illegally at the bowling alley I work at. There's a legal boxing ring going on at the bowling alley I work at. That's other
So
stuff
we're
you
all
should
just
know.
getting it out onto the table.
Well, I mean, he's probably not claiming those boxing incomes on his W-2, so isn't it relevant? Miss, we're the IRS fancy pants?
Here is what we're going to do. You're going to listen to me, and then you're going to execute my instructions, like agents of the IRS, which that's what we are. We're not bird thieves. We're not illegal boxing instructors. I don't know what you've been getting up to, Jody, but it sounds like more bird theft.
I teach bowling. That's what I do.
Okay, well, that sounds good. I'm on board with that. That's a good
Thank
one.
you.
See? Tony? See?
Boxing. Hey, I teach boxing. They're both B words and everything.
Well, your boxing is illegal and the bowling is very illegal. Look, here's what we're going to do.
My boxing isn't illegal. It's just sometimes people use it illegally afterwards.
I swear to God, I should never have moved to Bluff City. This is what we're going to do. Tony, you are going to deliver the birds that you stole to the submarine man. I'm going to watch this and then enforce the law. Also, I suspect that it's probably something to do with taxes, which that's why we're here. Jody?
Well, you're never going to get the tax part if you just arrest him when he gets a bird.
Yeah, we got to follow the string.
Okay, we're going to follow the string.
That's what they taught me at the IRS Officer Academy, was that you gotta let the string play out.
You gotta let the string play out. I'm fairly sure that what we're doing here is illegal, but I'm prepared to overlook it. Tony, deliver the birds. Can you get them in your car?
I mean, I did. I just did that, and then it took me like an hour to get them out of the car because they were all like hanging on. You know, the hooks you're supposed to put your dry cleaning on. They were all like fighting over those, and had to take the mirror out of my purse and throw it back there, and that kept them happy for a little bit. But it's too small for them. Yeah, I can fit them in my car.
This is what we will do. I will rendezvous with you. Let's say 3 days from now. Okay. I'll have the bill, please. And I gesture to waitress.
Oh, we're at a
Wait,
restaurant?
I thought we were at the
Wait, I
office.
thought we were at the office.
Oh, are we actually at the office? Did we establish ourselves as being at the office?
Yes.
No,
Okay,
you gesture like a clerk, and she brings you another one of those receipts.
She brings me another
fucking
one of the receipts. I'm like, I've been hemorrhaging these all day.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Janine, where are you going to put that positive dice?
I want to give that positive dice to Jody.
Speaking of Jody, it's your scene.
Oh boy. I was actually thinking of letting you all also establish this next scene for me.
Okay.
Is there anything anybody wants with Jody?
What if we don't have a lot of Jody's like personal life? I would love just a short scene of Jody being like almost just like a solo scene, like Jody in reflection.
Yeah. After having stolen all these birds.
and then being yelled at by her boss.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, what's Jody do to, like, feel good? Does Jody bowl? Is Jody, like, I mean, we know Jody bowls, but, like, is bowling good for Jody to, like, clear her head? Or does she have a different passion now?
I think what she does, actually, like, when she's feeling, like, really crappy, is she just, like, FaceTimes her parents back home.
Aw.
And can you tell people you work for, like, the IRS? Like, if she's undercover, I guess her parents probably don't know that she's doing IRS stuff. But they probably do know that she's a bowling pro. I don't know.
I don't know. You tell me. I bet it's
like
different from person to person.
Right. They probably know she works at the IRS, but she probably hasn't told them the details.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, she just kind of calls home and her dad, the bowling pro, like, you know, asks what her, like, average score has been, and Jody tells him a story of, like, two, like, 6-year-old a brother, like, twin brothers that she taught, like, how to bowl the other day. And I think it's just like a nice pick me up.
That's good. Does your bowling dad give you any bowling tips or, like, life tips, like, couched in bowling, like, jargon?
Hold on. Let me look up bowling terms in Google really quick.
I got one.
Yeah, go
here.
for it.
This is a very he has a big mustache, obviously, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, and, like, thinning hair, but still, like, you know, has a decent hairline. He's like, listen, Jody, Jody's your real name, right? Not Joni. Joni's your undercover name.
Dad,
This is me being clear.
Jody is her real name.
Yeah, okay. Jody, listen. The first thing you learn as a bowler is the 10% guideline. The bowling ball, the thing that you pick up and that you throw, the thing that defines you out there on the lanes, it's got to be about 10% of what you weigh. What that means is we all got a limit to how much we can carry. You don't want to carry too little, because then you're not using all that you got. But you never want to pick up a ball that's even a little bit too heavy. Just, whatever you do, don't pick up a ball that's too heavy. Whatever you do.
Do you think that rule applies to birds too?
Birds?
Yeah, don't worry about it, Dad. Thanks for the advice.
Honey, did you get Jody a bird?
No, I've been looking at birds.
Okay, you be careful. Don't trust a bird. That's the third rule of bowling.
Oh, I thought, but don't we want to go for turkeys, don't we? Like, that's a good thing in bowling.
Don't trust them, though. Never trust a turkey.
All right, this is getting weird, so I'm going to go, I love you, Dad.
Love you, too. Is that a positive scene?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he took that positive. Good. All right. Cool.
I'm going to give this positive dice to... I'm going to give it to you, Austin.
Oh, thank you. So I'm going to establish this last scene of the first act, and it's a scene with... This is that next night, so I think this is the scene with Doyle. It's with Doyle and Finnegan. I don't think he's explaining the plan to Tawny. Like the full of the plan. He kind of originally was just going to be Doyle, but he's figured it out and wants Finnegan to be in on it too. So this is the next night at it's another bad plate of cheese fries between the three of them at like lit in. I think it's Galaxy Bowling night that night. So the lighting is just ridiculous. You know what Galaxy Bowling is? Does everybody know what Galaxy Bowling is?
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you don't, it's flashy lights and loud music and like everything looks like it's like Space Mountain except bowling. And we're in the bar and we're having these cheese fries and I go, all right, Finn, Doyle, I'm glad you're here. The Whitakers are going to bring by their fighter later, but I just want to get things straight before they showed up and before we all agreed to the terms. So here's what's happening. You're going to get the bird. You're going to put it in a crow. Then, if Doyle, this is a win-win for us. no matter what happens, look me in the eye, no matter what happens, this is a win-win for us. If you win, then we get their money and we can bring back the bird, and no one knows it was ever gone. And if you lose, then they get the bird, I hold on to the money in a crow, and then my family will deal with them because they took the bird, and I'll make sure everybody knows, oh, they stole the bird. So that means that
Well, they get the...
Huh?
They get the ringer bird, right?
Right. Wait, who gets
I get the bird.
Wait. You want the bird?
Why do you think I Doyle. I got Doyle to steal another bird. We've been through this, Sonny.
I didn't realize you were gonna get... I thought that bird was to give to the Whitakers. You're telling me you want...
No. Well, I don't want like a copy of the bird. I want the real article.
What are you gonna do with a bird?
It's nautical. It's like a pirate.
You don't even have a ship. You have submarines.
Well, you can sit in the shop.
Yeah, I don't think you could fit a bird in one of those submarines.
Well, how are you gonna get the sub? How are you gonna get it out?
I'm not taking a bird into the... Well, I'm going to have to put the bird in the submarine to...
Well, I mean, pirates put birds on their ships, which is why you said it was piratey. So I figured your submarine is basically your equivalent
I mean,
to a ship.
Doyle's right, actually.
And then I think
So I thought you wanted to do that.
that's the moment that the Whitakers or someone from the Whitaker family shows up. I don't have a good first name. What's a good... Wally? Walt? Winston? Walt Whitaker?
Walt Whitaker is good.
Yeah, Walt Whitaker, and then their fighter, who is named Achilles Apollo, shows up.
Fuck.
And Achilles Apollo is like just a big fucking rad looking dude, who might also be a musician. Maybe I think he might be like an alternative rapper. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's definitely been to Minnesota. He's definitely that sort of rapper. And also has like the early career Vin Diesel thing of no one knowing what his ethnicity is, and just like generally being impressed by his presence. And they just walk through, like, we just get the shot of the door during Galaxy Bowling, and it's just like the lights are flashing, and in come these two men in suits, Walt Whitaker and Achilles Apollo. And they come and just like sit down at the table. Janine and Dre, do you want to be Achilles and Walt?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll be
Who wants
Achilles.
to? Okay, I'll be Walt.
Gentlemen, take a seat. We got... I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get you guys some drinks and some... Do you guys drink? I'm not much of a drinker myself. What do you want to drink? Okay. What about you, Mr. Whitaker?
Do you have proper whiskey ice here?
Whiskey ice. Yeah, of course. Of course. I'll be right back. You just hang tight. And chat here with my manager, and I touch Finnegan's the back of Finnegan's shoulder. The manager, the alley here works some of the books, obviously, and Doyle, you and Apollo should get into it. Achilles, Mister, I'll be right back, and walks away to go to his private office where he keeps whiskey to give to clients, but does not drink it himself.
So, how long have you been in Bluff City?
No longer than necessary.
Too long already.
Wow, that's not a positive response.
That's not a positive city, my friend.
The sea air is bad for me.
Oh, it's bad for your your lungs.
No, just for me as a whole.
Okay. Sorry. Do you mind me asking how old you are, sir? Because you look extremely old.
Dude, you can't just ask people how old they are.
I think that's a pretty rude question for you to ask here of my friend.
What? I don't mean anything by it. I don't generally...
I think you should apologize for it.
Why? I don't mean anything by it. I just...
Here we go,
There's
2
no
whiskey
need.
ices,
Oh.
and puts down like big Coca-Cola cups, or not even it's like the 1990s style like white cup with like blue and like zigzag colors, just filled with like crushed ice and whiskey.
Oh, God.
Is everything all right, gentlemen?
This isn't
Listen, just
correct.
the fight. Just give me a couple days. Everything's gonna be okay. Just everything's gonna be fine. I'll put up. You just give me a second. Give me a second, and I'll be right back. And Sonny runs away again.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, it's he's my protege.
This again?
So you like birds, huh?
Yes. Not nautical birds, land birds in particular interest me.
Wow, you really got it in for the ocean, haven't you? Why? What do you see in birds? Because I see them all the time, and they're just, they're up there, or they're down there, or they're kind of in that when they sit at the very top of the tree, and most of them are brown.
We got seagulls. Those are like grayish.
Yeah, we got seagulls. Those are grayish.
This is what I mean about the nautical birds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
This is the worst conversation I've ever been a part of in my life.
And Sonny comes back with a briefcase and puts it down. All right, this is, before we even get to the birds or anything else, this is just a little bonus signing. Here it is, and he just slides it across the table to Whitman or to Whitaker and Achilles Apollo, and it's like his life savings in cash, and just gives it up.
How much are we talking?
A few $100,000 probably.
Whew, okay.
Boy.
This is negative. This is someone put a negative thing, and I think that.
Yeah.
So the deal's on, right?
I think Apollo just kind of like pops open the briefcase, looks at it, and takes out like $100 bill, and gives it back to Sonny, and says, "Buy some real damn ice trays," and like knocks both the whiskey glasses off the table.
Yeah, Doyle stands up
thing,
like
that's so
immediately.
Great. Good. I'm going to give this dice to Jack. And that is where we are at the end of the first act. Good. It is time for the tilt. When half the dice have been taken from the communal pile, Act 1 ends. The break between the acts is the time when something new and unstable is injected into the story. This is called the tilt. As Act 1 wraps up, you'll have some dice in front of you as a result of the preceding scenes. Roll them all. So, just the ones in front of us? I'm just going to roll them all because I know how to do this really quick. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Just the ones in the middle of the table, right?
No, not the ones in the middle of the table.
Oh,
the ones in front of all of us. So, I'm going to roll mine. I just rolled mine. I'm going to roll Dre's. I've rolled Dre's. Dre got the same result that he already had, which is impressive.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm going to roll Janine's. I'm going to roll Andy's. And I'm going to roll Jack's. Okay. So, roll them all and add all the black... So individually now, this is. Add all the black dice together and all the white dice together, and then subtract the higher from the lower. So that means that, for example, if you have one black and one white die and roll a 6 and a 4 respectively, then that's 2 black. If you had one black and 3 white dice, then roll the totals of 1 and 18 respectively, then that's 17 white. If you have no dice, your total is 0. For an example of calculating your tilt score, see page 117. So, let's do these really quick. It looks like, Andy, you have 2 black. Jack, you have 0. I have 3 white. Dre, you have 3 black, and Janine has 7 white.
I have 8, don't I?
Yes, you have 8. Never mind, I misread.
It's all coming up, Tawny.
It is. If you have the highest number of either color, you will help add a pair of complications. The player with the highest white total and the player with the highest black total each get to choose tilt elements. The tilt is the standard list of details, just like needs, objects, and locations, but this time it represents disruptive, game-changing events, people, and impulses. So, at this point, what do we have? I have 3 white, Janine has 8 white, so that's Janine, and who has the highest black?
I think it might be me, because I have 3.
Yeah. All right, so, the player with the highest white total and black total, I said that already, you'll want some random numbers. In a 4-person game, you'll have 8 dice. Don't mix these with the dice you've earned in Act 1. In our game, it's more than that. So, we're going to re-roll these 8 in the middle. Boop. And then you consult the tilt table. Use the results of the roll to pick the elements from the tilt list, as during the setup, with each high-scoring player choosing a general and specific element. This is a good time to ask for input from the other players who might have really good ideas. It's also a good time to privilege your own character's big finish. Pick tilt elements you're excited about and will have potential to take the game in an intriguing direction. You are injecting trouble, so don't be shy. Write the new details on their own index cards and put them in the center of the table. These are fair game for anybody and not relationship specific. Chances are everyone will know right where they belong. So, if you look in the handout sheets, you'll see that there is a tilt. There are 2 tilt tables. I'll read out the lists. The list is mayhem, tragedy, innocence, guilt, paranoia, and failure. And each of those have 6 things inside of them. And Dre and Janine get to decide which ones to pick on us. You each get to pick a general and a specific. And I think as before, it goes back and forth. So one of you pick a general, or one of you pick a general, and the other one can either pick a different general or can pick a specific inside of that general.
And we have to use the dice that's in front of us, right?
Yes, you have to use not the dice that are in front of you, the dice that are in the middle of the table now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so we can't pick a tragedy.
True.
There's no 2s.
I know
Hey, dodge that
exactly
bullet.
what I want. So do I pick a general one first and then
Yes. So what's your general one?
mayhem?
Okay. Dre, are you picking something in mayhem, or are you going to pick another general? Or another,
No, I'm going to pick a general. I'm going to take paranoia.
Okay, so we have mayhem and paranoia. Great. Janine?
I'm gonna pick a dangerous animal gets loose.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I'm going to pick the thing you stole has been stolen.
My fucking god.
Perfect.
And what was it? The thing you steal, the thing you stole gets stolen?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Great. These are good. These are good and terrible. Fuck. So then, let's end then on some in between Act 1 and Act 2, like, sequence, just so we have, like, how does an dangerous animal get loose? How do we show that to the audience as Act 1 ends? And the thing that we stole gets stolen.
I have a proposal
Please.
for the dangerous animal, which is that it's a cut. We cut to a place that we don't realize, we haven't seen it before, and it's very dark, and there's blue and red lights, and it becomes clear that what we're looking at, based on the stacks of money that we can see, is the inside of the vault at the what's the place called? The
menagerie.
Gilded. The inside of the vault at the menagerie. And there's this clicking sound, and onto the screen, very close, steps the clawed foot of a bird. And it is much, much bigger than we thought it was going to be. And then it cuts to black.